Today is Anime Head Drawing Day.
Today is
Buckle up, chat.
the day YT is on.
Oh, awesome.
Bingo Riggs!
Yippee! Yippee!
We need like a confetti sound. I need like a little.
That thing.
Yeah.
That. I don't know how to describe it. Chat, what is that? The thing that like.
Welcome everybody, my goodness. How are you doing today?
How's the artist? How's the art going?
How's my
How's
little artist? How's my little artist doing? Look at all this. Will I ever get better with the Apple Pencil? I feel like I'm worse than pen/paper. Absolutely. If you practice and keep it up, you will definitely get used to it, and it will be like a long time friend.
Yes, you'll feel
Art
used
block.
to it. You'll feel one with the thing.
We'll zap your art block. We got you. It's Miki and Miko. Yippee!
Yippee! We got Poppy in here. Come on, Poppy's here.
Wobbly. Ow.
Oh, you keep bumping your head today. Your feet today. Will I ever get better? Oh yeah, yes you will. I'm a graphic designer. Had a long day. I'm tired, but I eat because my little sister wants to learn.
What? I know.
Or watch. Okay, I was
Wants
like,
to watch. Hello.
but I watch because my little sister wants to learn. I was like, what? Eat what?
But,
awesome.
Oh, but I eat
Eat.
Very nice. Welcome, the little sister and you.
Yeah.
No, it's all good. I can't type either.
I
And then
can't type
You know,
either.
the funny thing is I always accidentally hit the send button, and I'm like, oops.
Oopie. She's your student? Well, we're co-teachers.
We are co-teachers,
But I do learn from him too.
and I learn from Christina as well. Hey, Lily. Hello, good day to you guys. Welcome. Hello, welcome. Buddha. Thank you for the follow. Yuki, hello.
You know, maybe I should list down the thing. We used to do little bullet points for the lesson, so maybe I'll try that again.
Bullet points.
Bullet points. So, if y'all want to learn how to draw anime heads and it's your first time drawing, you are in the right place. We're going to cover a few things. You know, maybe I'll cover some of these in order, but, you know, we're happy to take questions as well, you know, if we get to it. Portions and head forms.
Why do I only see this when I'm about to sleep? You are probably in a vastly different time zone than us.
Yeah.
Been
Or
enjoying
you
all
have
these
bad
recent
luck.
head tutorials. You are, I'm glad. I'm glad you enjoy them.
I'm
Bad
glad.
luck.
Let's see. Proportions and head forms is a great thing to start with. And then maybe we can put adding on features.
Oh, yes.
Ooh, we could talk about the skull as well. So I don't know if this will be in any particular order. But, you know, we'll kind of start with what is most basic. Skulls, head, how to manage or how to change head. What's it called? Head shapes? Yeah, that could be a pretty good topic. Or maybe we'll add some, like, simple hair. So maybe we'll talk about these points today.
Unless other questions and stuff come up.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not like locked to these, but it will give us something to talk about.
Yeah. What about angles? Yeah, we can talk about some angles. So I'll just write it down really quickly
Koi.
here, and then we'll kind of get
What
started.
time zone are y'all in? We're in Mountain Time.
Yeah. Mountain time.
Mountain Time.
Can you spin the hat? Pew.
Uh-oh. I've been spun.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh, thank you for the heart me blessing.
Thank you for the heart me. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we'll talk about
Heart you too.
we'll talk about necks as well. You know, because I mean that's part of the head, right? We're not just gonna have a floating head. So yeah. Poppy, are you gonna come on the desk?
Sneaking around here, huh?
She's sneaking around. This is her first time in a while coming here.
On the desk.
Yeah, on the desk. All right.
Enemy territory.
You want to chill a little bit and then get started, or you want to get started pretty quickly?
That's up to you.
Okay. What about animation class? We don't have an animation class. We don't do animation.
No, I don't do any animation, but I do have a friend who does. His name's RJ. If you're interested in that, I can give you his information channel. He should be crap. What is his channel? What is his educational channel? Is it RJ Animations 2 or something?
I think. You know what? Maybe we'll also lump skull and proportions and head forms
Look
kind of
up
together.
Look up that channel that I just posted. See, I think it should be his channel.
All right, we're gonna take a look at 2 models today. This is basically if you're in school right now, this is school 2.0, but it's fun. So this is what we're gonna be working with. Yes, this is school but fun. You can actually draw anime, and we won't be like, no, you can't draw anime. Wah, 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 you know.
Davy is Davy.
Davy.
I don't know how to say your name exactly.
Can we look at basic anatomy and what to do?
Maybe we'll do some anatomical stuff later, but this is pretty much just gonna be a head drawing stream for the most part.
We do have
heads, anime heads. You know, we're gonna take a look at the skull, the Asaro head. We're gonna take a look at some simplified, probably anime head models as well.
Yeah.
Like this kind of thing here.
Heck yeah. And how that all relates to each other because they're basically all the same thing.
Yes.
So if you want to learn how to draw bodies, we have a video on our YT channel. It is, if you hate drawing figures, draw this. Our channel is Draw Anime Academy. Do you guys record these? Yes, we are also on YT.
Yup. We're live streaming there as well. And you can rewind the stream and check out any of our past streams. Fox, hello.
You know, maybe we should have like a little YT channel card as well. That wouldn't be a bad idea.
It's just the same handle.
It is.
We can just say it's the same handle.
Yeah. Love the live, by the way. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Ugly Squid. we should turn this into a character sometime. Well, this is what my jaw sometimes does. Man. All right.
Does y'all's jaws ever click? Like
my jaw clicks. Like I'll chew or like I'll yawn and I'll be like crap, my jaw just clicked, and it kind of stays like that for a little bit. Okay, bye, Koi. All right, so if you want to get started with heads, we got to understand the skull. Now, this looks scary, right? We see all the little gubbins and details and stuff. Don't worry about that. The skull is mainly to help us find these landmarks. So if we take a comparison at the head, at the skull, and this, we can see what starts popping out. We got the brow ridge, which is the brow ridge right there. We got the cheekbone, which comes out a little bit. Ball of the mouth, you know, it's covered by a bunch of muscle and, you know, fat and stuff. So, but it's covering this part right here. What's up?
I want this.
Okay.
There we go.
And we got, you know, the jawline, the back of the head. So this is really important to learn. So let's get started with breaking down the skull a little bit and also proportions and head forms. Not the jaw. No, I know. My jaw's like, ooh. I'm super confused. I want to become an animator, so I joined animation college, but I am cooked. 2D, learn 3D, 1%, scan from years.
Yeah, animation colleges mostly teach 3D, like Maya and stuff these days. You'd have to go to school for 2D animation if you want to learn 2D animation. Some colleges will teach, like, will start you off with 2D animation. Like, I shared not a lot, but a couple classes with the animation students at Art Center, and they were doing a lot of 2D drawing, but a lot of colleges and classes will end up in Maya. Become an animator, join animation college, code 2D, learn 3D. Cook 2D, learn 3D, 1% learn full. I don't even know what the comment means exactly. What are you getting? What is the most education? I should say, what are you learning about that you don't want to learn about, and what do you wish you were learning about?
So we're gonna
it really depends on the school, I guess. Yes, Maya. You want to learn Maya, or you don't like Maya?
Are we allowed to follow along? Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
that's
I'd
what
love
the lives
it if you
are
follow
for.
along.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic.
Basically, treat this like a class. So that's what we recommend. So we're going to take and analyze the skull and just kind of mark out the most important features, like proportions and stuff. What I do for heads a lot of times is I just simplify. We basically take all this out. So think of this as like one flat, not flat, but like one like kind of plain thing without any details. And that's kind of what I like to simplify it with. So for like the front view, for example, all you really need to do is start with, I mean, for the front, side, and 3/4, you start off with a circle. You know, this, or a sphere, I should say, because a sphere is a 3-dimensional form and a circle is flat. So from a front perspective, you know, everything's symmetrical, thank goodness, because we don't want to, you know, that everything's the same side on both sides. Basically draw from the center and drop the head down. Now, this part right here, this sphere, the bottom of the sphere, is a landmark. It's a part of a proportion method. So this marks the end of your jaw, or sorry, the start of your jaw right here, and also marks the bottom of your nose, and also the ear. So this is a really important area. So you can make this sphere as big or small as you want. It's just all proportional. And then keeping that in mind, you know, you probably move down a little bit more. This depends on your preferences. And then you just kind of draw a little mask on top. And because it's symmetrical, you just make sure that this and this look the same roughly on both sides. You know, same thing here. This part right here is the temple. So sometimes you'll see, you know, this is partially what Loomis talks about, but we're not really going to go too much in depth with the Loomis method because we don't really study it, but I loosely base it off of it. I'm kind of inspired by it. So that's
Really?
why, yeah, well, I realized that after seeing the Loomis method, a lot of the times I kind of draw heads that's loosely based off of it, not exactly, if you know what I mean. You divide this in half. This is the side view. Here's the bottom of the back of the head. This comes out a little bit. And then your side is a mask. Now, this is not a skull yet, but we will turn into a skull later. Just trust the process. Now, if you don't know where to put the neck is basically at an angle, and it kind of sits between these 2 points right here. Well, maybe not that much of an angle, but like just kind of at an angle. It kind of looks like this. Like a little stair step cylinder. Because this is basically what the this part looks like. It's that stair step, that same form. And so this comes out at an angle. And then the 3/4 view is basically these two but combined. So you take your center line and you move it to the side. One side will be smaller, one side will be larger. Move it down to your desired chin length. Here's the back of the head. Here's the side of the head. There's that thing right here. There's that same area that's kind of flattened. Divide that in half. And I'm going a little bit fast. And then you just kind of draw that same mask. So keep in mind that the jaw, you know, people struggle with the jaw a lot. You don't just like connect the jaw like this. You know, that's where things go wrong, right? Our jaw actually comes down a little bit from the back of the head. Back of the head goes in a bit. This is the bottom of your ear. Comes down and then connects to the chin. So that's why we have this very particular angle right in here. If people miss that, you're going to have a weird looking head like this. For lack of better shape, I guess. Or something like this. And that's why the head looks wrong. So now that we have this head form, it's kind of very simple head form in place, we can then add some proportion and we can look at the skull for this. These lessons are so helpful. I love this. Hey, awesome. Do you have a YouTube? I feel like I've seen y'all. Yes, we do. We do have a YT channel. It is Draw Anime Academy.
Same handle.
Same handle.
It is the same handle on every single platform, Draw Anime Academy.
Yep.
Pretty easy to find us with that. We also have like the links on our page. So if you go to our page and you like hit our little links thing or whatever, I don't really know exactly where it is these days. It's all on there. You'll have like our Instagram and our YouTube and stuff pop up.
Yep. Yeah, you're welcome. So now how do we draw a skull from this? Because this all looks very complicated. Well, we can mark out some proportions. So here we have the nose. You know, that's a pretty solid solid proportion, basically the bottom of this sphere. It could be a little bit higher, but you know, for simplicity's sake, we'll say it's the bottom of the sphere. Kind of rotate this around a little bit. I feel like it needs to be a bit higher, but that's okay. Here, and here. If you take this length, top to bottom, halfway is where the eyes are going to be situated in. Now the eyes are arranged because like they're big, and so sometimes they can be a little bit higher, sometimes it can be a little bit lower, but it has to kind of fit within this range, and then you're good. Your eyebrow ridge is a little bit higher than your eye line, like maybe about a step, not a step, but like it's a little bit higher, not too low, not to the forehead. This is the forehead area. About here. Basically, from between the brow ridge and the bottom of the nose, the eye should be about halfway. That's pretty standard. And then for the mouth, you take this length, which is the bottom of the nose, and the chin. Halfway is the bottom of the lip. I like to place the lip line, like this part right here, between your lips, a little bit higher. To me, that looks a bit more attractive, but we'll say that this is the bottom of the lip for now. And then you just do that multiple times. And we will draw the skull soon. So, brow ridge, eyes are in between, mouth, brow ridge, nose, eyes. Halfway is the eyes. Halfway is the bottom of the lips.
I didn't actually realize we were doing like a realistic head proportions today. I thought we were just doing like anime heads.
Well, I was thinking we were going to be modifying this later, so yeah.
Okay.
At least that was my idea, but
okay.
But we can we'll definitely do like anime heads and stuff. I just wanted to kind of talk about like the basics of, maybe I did go a bit too fast. I just want to kind of cover the basics of like the skull and how to modify that. So the reason why the skull is important is because when you draw anime heads later, you're going to be modifying this a lot. But I think it's still important to draw like realistic skulls in order to kind of get a handle of that. So here's your brow ridge. Here is where your eyes are going to be situated in. This is your socket. It's not as big as like how your eyes are because we have an eyeball. This is just situating with eyeball. But in an anime style, you know, you can kind of go a little bit bigger. But for now, we're kind of doing realistic first because I'm going to commit. I'm going to commit to what I initially started with. But here's your eye socket. Your bridge of the nose is a little bit above because this part is like the nasal cavity. This goes a little bit below. Here's your cheekbone. And this caves in, and here you have the ball of your mouth. I think this needs to be a little bit smaller. But now this actually looks a bit like a skull, right? Very, very simple. Here's the temples. And you basically just like do this over and over. So here, cheekbone comes from this curve right in here. It's a little bit above the jaw. Here's your eye socket, your nose bone, ball of the mouth. On here, I actually made my brow ridge a little bit too high. That was way too high. So I need to make this a little bit slower, a little bit lower. Here's your eye socket area. Here's your nose bone, nose cavity. Right? Based on the proportions, it all kind of comes together. So that's why proportions are so important. Cheekbone comes out. Ball of the mouth. Zygomatic arch. And your jaw, your mandible. This is so important because people forget that with anime heads, they don't think about this. They think about stickers. They think about, oh, these symbols. Like, here's how to draw an anime eye. And here's how to draw, you know, the mouth and the nose. And you basically just, like, slap that on, something that doesn't feel very substantial. So that's why, you know, your anime heads may look off. So let's go ahead and take this kind of basic structure and kind of simplify them into more, like, head planes. And this is where we can kind of animify them. Handsome Squidward. Yeah, basically, you know. The handsome Squidward has all the, like, these crazy chiseled jaws and cheekbones. Give me any advice that can help me improve. Draw a lot, I would say. Take classes. Take classes, you know, if you want tutorials, find tutorials and then actually draw based on what the tutorial says, like, a lot of times. That's generally what's going to help you improve. It's a marathon, you know.
Yeah. You cannot get better without actually actively practicing and trying things and drawing.
Yeah.
You can't. It just doesn't really work that way. It's like watching a bunch of gym videos and wondering why you're not going up in muscles.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's like an actual skill that you have. So, like, if you want to get better at drawing, you're going to have to draw in the process.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, I would say, you know, do exercises and assignments that help you get better, for sure. Not all exercises will make you better, but getting better always includes practice.
Mm-hmm. Always includes drawing.
Yeah, it will always include having to draw.
Yep.
And actually practice. It's like not every exercise you do at the gym you will necessarily do correctly and benefit from. You know, but getting fitter or getting stronger will always involve you breaking down your muscles and then they build up again.
Yep. Yeah, it is hard because it's like you don't know if you're improving, and I mean, to be honest, improvement with art is very, very, very slow.
Yeah, well, it can be pretty fast. If you put in a lot of hours, it can actually come really fast.
Good point, yeah.
A lot of hours plus good exercises equals very fast improvement.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can improve faster than you think, slower than you want, but faster than you think.
You know, that's a really good way to do it. Drawn skulls this month so far, trying to apply to actual anime character sheets to improve so hard. Yeah, it's because you have to modify a lot. So if we take a look at this head, for example, which is an anime proportioned head, very different, but we can still use these landmarks to find out where we are. So, you know, brow ridge still exists. It's just very soft. Cheekbone still exists. It's just like basically puffed, like smoothed out by a bunch of fat. And then here's your jaw. It's the same thing. It's just modified, right? Proportions, I think, are what's going to help you a lot. So, like, for this head, for example, your chin is going to be very short compared to the cranium, especially even for, like, this kind of head, for example. Notice the ratio from the actual back of the head and this part to the chin. Very, very short. Very, very short chin. So we want to reflect that, right? Short chin with rounder features and softer features equals a more cutesy anime head. But we still want to continue thinking about the form. So here's like the skull, right? Or not the skull, the sphere. I basically started the same way as I did with these ones, these skull kind of studies. They're very simple skull studies. And then I just shorten the chin. But I'm still going to think about, where's my center line? You know, here's the side of my head. Here's where my jaw is going to be, a little bit lower. So I'm just going to add a little mask on top. But this is just a starting point. But it started the same way as these, right? So now I'm thinking, okay, if I've drawn a lot of skulls and I know where all the landmarks are, you know, how do I want to express myself with this anime drawing? Then it's like, okay, what do you want? I want cute, for instance, I want cute eyes. Cute, big eyes. But I know that if I have big eyes and very big features, it's not going to look very good. It's going to look like this. Big eyes, big lips. It's going to look like this. Not cute, right? But something that looks cuter is big eyes. Now, I'm not saying this is cute, but just showing the ratio. Smaller mouth. This looks more attractive.
It's about as attractive as a Funko Pop.
Yeah. Now, if we turn this into an anime character, then, you know, then it will look cute, right? Because it's more, it's drawn to be aesthetic. So, big eyes, small mouth, cute equals cute. Big eyes with equally big nose and mouth, not as good. Not as pretty, right? Big nose, Big mouth. Actually, it doesn't look that bad, but once again, we're going for conventional anime beauty standards here. So just keep that in mind. So I want cute big eyes, smaller features, smaller nose and mouth. And sometimes just writing it out helps so much. Right? And maybe higher brow. So I'm going to make sure that my head drawing fits these parameters. Guys, should I practice drawing skulls to get better at drawing heads and faces? Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's definitely one of the exercises you should probably do.
It's not the only thing, but it's definitely part of the practice.
Different stuff that you can do for sure. That would not be a bad idea.
Mm-hmm. So for an anime face, the eyes, because they're drastically bigger, the kind of the midline of the eye will be a little bit lower than halfway, right? So lower than halfway generally creates lower eyes. It's like if you place your eyes up here, that means your eyes are going to be situated up here. But if you place your eye line down here, you know, you're like, okay, I kind of know where I want my eyes to be. So depending on where you place your eye line is going to determine the height. So here I'm setting my proportions, same thing as I did with the skulls. I'm placing a little bit lower than half. You know, I may even need to shorten the chin a little bit more to achieve the vibe that I want. I made my eyebrow ridge a lot higher because I'm going to need more space, right? So things will change in proportion to each other because of the size difference. Is this a big, medium, and small thing? You mean like design? Yeah, in a way. Like,
not necessarily big, medium, and small, but it is design for sure. Anytime you're arranging things, you're designing.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yes and no.
Yeah, it's like I'm not thinking big, medium, and small. I'm just thinking...
For what exactly?
Yeah.
The plate... what did you think they were talking about? Like this? I thought they were talking about like this.
Oh,
I have no idea.
I thought they were talking about in relationship to the features and placing it on the head and stuff.
Now, like big, medium, small is just like something to pay attention to where it's like, do I have large shapes, medium shapes, and small shapes? Although a lot of the time in reality, you get giant, small, and itty bitty. Mm-hmm. Like, but, you know, that's more for like realistic stuff a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm. So I placed my eye line about here. This is approximately where I want maybe the middle of my eye to be. Once again, it's a range, so I'm just saying this is going to be my starting point. Everything's always a starting point. You can always change your drawing. I think people have a misconception that you have to get it perfect on the first try. Not true at all.
Will this be uploaded to TikTok after the live ends? No, but it is on our YouTube channel. We're actually live streaming there right now, and you can go there and rewind the live and rewatch it as many times as you want. You can actually see a lot more of the iPad as well.
Yes, absolutely.
So we have the same handle on every platform, Draw Anime Academy.
So notice that I actually shrunk the jawline right here. I thought that this was a bit too clunky. So if I want something that's a bit more delicate, I'm going to actually have to shave things off. So that's why it's important to have a head start. Because if things don't look right, you can always change. Always change. That's why it's like very, very malleable at this stage, right? So here, I'm going to decide that my eyes are going to be around here. Now, I made sure to not make my eyes below this point because this is where my nose is approximately going to be. If my nose is higher and my eyes are lower than the nose, it's not going to make much sense. It just will look awkward. It's not even how realistically we are, made to be, right? So keep in mind that if you place your nose at a certain height, that's kind of like setting the limit for your eyes. And my eyes are going to be about this big. Then here's my brow. So notice that when I'm drawing my brow, there's a curved line right here. Really important. Because your brows are not like this sticker. Once again, we always keep talking about stickers, and that's because we're not thinking in 3D. But if you think in 3D, you're basically like, what's it called? It's like a guide. It's like a guiding line, right? You're like being pulled and attracted to this form line right here, and your drawing is basically following that. So when you follow the form lines correctly, it'll feel more three-dimensional, not very flat.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to follow along with you guys in my own time when I have time to draw. Absolutely. Yeah, that's what our recorded streams are for.
That's who it was. They were responding to what I said.
Yes.
Yeah, we do have YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for the follows, guys. And then we have our mouth. So because I've made it that my eyes are going to be cute and big, but my features are going to be smaller, I may also have to pull the mouth a little bit higher too, because if I make the mouth very low, it may not look as cute as I want it. So higher, if the features are closer together to the eyes, it'll have this like wider triangle. You know, we talk about this a lot on other streams. But look at the triangle of the eyes to the nose, or even to the mouth, because that's basically all the features together, right? If your triangle is longer, like this, you know, that just means that the features are going to be farther away from each other. But if they're closer together and wider, you know, that's basically what creates that look. Is the chin the main factor when distinguishing ages? You know, yeah, in a way. It's not just the chin, but also like how you design the head in general. Because if I'll just draw like a more adult character right here as an example. You would determine the chin length. Chin length is, of course, part of it, because as you mature, your face also gets bigger, or you kind of start growing into those features. And so having a longer jaw versus a smaller jaw or a shorter face is definitely going to change the shape and change the age.
It's one factor that
could
that could affect it. Like, you don't go, oh, change the chin, all of a sudden the kid looks old.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they look older. But if you're talking like elderly, it's a bunch of different factors put together.
Exactly.
You know, like all kinds of stuff.
Sagging of the face or the cheeks, you know.
The lips going in, missing teeth, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like generally elderly characters, it's going to be like a number of factors.
Yeah. So like, look at this. Short chin, cute round cheeks, softened brow ridge. Still thinking about the skull. It's just not exactly like it. It's a modified skull. But if you're going to go for more of like an adult male skull, it's probably going to resemble more like a real skull than, you know, something that's like this, right? I would say the more it's like close to reality, like more realistic features, the older they are. It's more of that like psychological thing, which is interesting, I think.
Yeah, well, the more like adult realistic features.
Yeah. Let me think here.
Adult realistic features like you know, full skull size, more proportional. It's gonna make it look a lot more adult.
Yeah. So longer chin, you know, strong, like more structured jaw. And I covered this in anime art school as well, like how to age characters and heads. You can check it out on our profile. It's our 1-year school on drawing the fundamentals and also kind of going for an anime twist. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to ask. So yeah, structured jaw. The features are going to be farther apart and smaller. Features are smaller. Right? Very, very different from this spec right here. So as long as you make it different than what you had before and you take notes and you're really observant, your head's going to look different than the previous one. And that's how you can avoid same face syndrome. So this one's going to be more skull, more closer to the skull, more realistic perhaps. And so if this head is an adult male, look at the proportions. Eyes are about halfway. A little bit above that is the brow ridge. Take this length, divide that in half from the bottom. Here's the bottom of your nose. Here's the bottom of your lips. Now this looks more mature than this one. Because like you just space them apart differently. And you can actually test it out with various different head shapes. You can have a head shape that is like this, for example. And then say, okay, well, what if I want my eyes to be up here? How would that look? And maybe my mouth down here and my nose over here.
Hat.
And this is what?
Yes. We got the hat on today.
Yeah, it's a cute propeller hat.
You know how to apply a bigger mouth to a character that isn't just 2 lines? Yeah, it would go over the ball of the mouth. Though.
Yes.
So you know, any line that like follows that form, it's the dimensional drawing. It's gonna look good when it follows the form of the head.
JP says, my schedule's unpredictable at work. Can I still join your art school?
Yeah,
yes.
That's actually one of the main good things about the school is that you can go through it at your own pace, and you can come back to it whenever you want. You own it forever. Mm-hmm. You get it forever.
Yep. Oh, that's a really nice head.
Right? So, like, for example, if I have an anime head or something, right? This form is, like, round, right? So if you want a mouth that's bigger, just keep in mind that, like, this is a three-dimensional surface, and this mouth, the line of the mouth is going to travel along this form. So maybe you even, squish this side a bit more.
One side's going to be smaller than the other, perhaps.
Yeah. Right?
Oh, I love it.
So, like, bigger mouth. You can have this really wide. You can have it really small. Just remember that, like, when it's on the front of the face, it's a three-dimensional form. Like, the front of the face is, it's curved, right? Like, this sticks out. This is not, like, flat. I don't put my finger on it and feel nothing. It's, like, rounded. So it goes around a bend. So you can see that the far side, it starts foreshortening faster. Mm-hmm. Right? If you have, like, a... kind of have to draw it at an angle to show the example, but, like, you can think about it like a piece of paper where maybe, like, the center line, we can take this and go, like, here's the center line, let's just say. Right? Maybe we can see, like, a little bit of this paper coming out there. As it goes around further from us, like, if I have a line from here and this is the middle, I'm going to be going around this form, and my dot is probably going to be somewhere, like, back in there. So this will just, like,
fade off,
disappear around the edge. Right? Think about it in terms of a curved form. And so it's like a short mouth might just be that. Mm-hmm. A longer mouth that maybe is, like, I don't know. Right?
It's symmetrical. It's just in perspective.
Yeah. It's like you're starting to draw a little bit more complicated stuff, but basically just remember that, like, a lot of the time, if you're crossing over the center line, the far side is going to be much more compressed than this side. And there's literally the ball of the mouth. Like, if you look at a real skull, it's mimicking this kind of thing, right? It's literally a ball. Like, that is part of a cylinder. It is so round.
Yeah,
and that pushes out, like, the lips. That's what the lips wrap around, right? Very much of a ball. Very much a ball. It's like half of a ball. And so anime is kind of just like a simplification of that, but it's still very round.
I mean, you can even practice a little bit by just drawing, like, that ball, putting some wrapping lines around it. Like, here's your center line. Your center line determines, like, what angle you're looking at. Mm-hmm. So if your center line's here, it means it's turned. It's almost to a side view, but you still see a sliver, right? And then you basically just, like, okay, I'm going to draw a point and another point on the side, but maybe I don't see the other point. So I'm like, okay, well, this is what it's going to look like. And you can add lips to it. Ah, we got mouths here. Mm-hmm. Well, that's cute, right? Puffy lips. You can try another exercise where you are drawing, like, a little potato, and then you curve it upwards. Because when you look at things upwards, you're looking at the bottom of stuff, and that upward curve is going to go around, right? And then here's the point, curve around. Here's the bottom of the lip, here's the upper lip. And now it looks, like, not flat. It doesn't look like a flat piece of paper. You can try that as well. Right? There's multiple ways to show the form. But for the most part, with, like, anime styles, I will a lot of the time see this happening. Boop, boop. Short line, long line. And a bit of a curve. Right? Because once again, it's going around a form. So this is essentially a form line. Everything is basically a form line. It's just disguised.
Yeah.
Like, even that line, or the drawing that Colton's doing right now, the mouth is wrapping around.
Yeah, it definitely is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just
I love it.
A little study.
My life is an anime. Oh, boy.
I hope it's a good anime.
I hope it's a good anime.
I hope you're, like, I don't know, like, Saitama or something.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not great because he's not really
depressed.
Respected that much. I don't know. Hopefully your life is a good anime.
What about MHA art style? I mean, it's the same concepts. You would just modify. It's all the same concepts. You would find the proportions of that style and find, like, what's the ratio. And then you would draw it.
Yeah.
Starting with the same process, which is, like, you know,
like
sphere.
This is the foundation that's underneath of the art style. Like,
right.
1 point perspective is 1 point. 2 point is 2 point. Like, form drawing is form drawing. So no matter what shape and size eyes you put on it, you're not getting like a 4D or 5D head or a 2D head. Like, it's always implying form. So they're using all this stuff. Like, we could break it down sometime. We're probably not going to do any art style breakdowns today like we did the other day with the Genshin stuff.
Yeah. From what I've seen, MHA kind of just looks like this. I mean, for, like, a cute head, as an example.
It's all form drawing.
All the same. All the same.
I don't know. Do you want a little MHA art? They have very long snouts, dude.
Yeah, they do have very long snouts.
I don't know if that's
cute.
official.
I hope it is, because it's
MHA
cute.
art or whatever, but like, it's all form drawing, right? It's just distorted in a different way. Like, all of the fundamentals of art don't go out the window just because it's like, whatever your favorite anime or an artist that's like, your favorite artist for like the next 2 years or something. Like, they're, what's her name from My Hero?
Which girl? There's a
The
lot
frog
of girls.
girl. This girl.
Froppy.
Like, you look at this sort of thing. Check this out. This is literally a surface line. Like, this is going up and around the cheek and down. So, like, on any anime head, it would be going like, right? Come on.
Oh, perfect.
It's like that kind of thing. Like, this is a surface line on the three-dimensional form, right? And then it's like, okay, the eyes are very big. And then it's like, okay, the eyes are, whatever, very big. I should probably bring this up here. Maybe like this. And you can just analyze it. Be like, really short chin. That's like this. Okay. And then you've got like this kind of mouth that like comes down and it peaks. Or I guess the opposite of a peak, valleys,
Peaks
whatever.
and valleys.
Like on the center line, right? Right here. It's like that. My bad.
Aww.
Right? Like, this is the center line. This is the center line. Like, you can literally see the center of her face right here. You can literally see this contour line going around the face. So you're doing the same exact thing. Like, you learn these fundamentals and they transcend the style, and then you just adjust line weight, proportion, shape sizes, and rendering style based on what you want to do. Like, all these manga artists, they're phenomenal artists, and they're very well trained in what they're doing.
They
so
are.
Like, and it's like the tongue comes out. And
Cute.
it's like that, or whatever side it's on, right? And then you can like break down whatever proportional method they use, right? And you can study their particular art style. So like, in my experience, it's like kind of round. It's like kind of less rounded on the bottom, and then it comes up like it's like very rounded on the top or whatever. So
it almost kind of looks cartoonish.
Like, study those sorts of things, right? And you got like, I don't know, that not quite that much of an oval. Like, we'll make it a little bit more circular. Like, I don't know, maybe like that. I'll do one more try. Maybe a little bit more. And like, these are the things that you look for when you're like studying it, right? And you can go, okay, she's got 1, 2, 3, right? Maybe more like that. And you can do these like breakdowns, right? It's like, what about the hair? What about this? This is a three-dimensional form. Here we are. Three-dimensional form, right? Just like this. And then you have a cylinder that's popping out of this three-dimensional form. So like, you can do little micro studies and be like, okay, so we've got this type of thing. Okay. And then this has got like a thickness to it. And we've got like a cylinder. Let's get our center line because we really need our center line. And then we have this, which is like a form drawing exercise, right?
Ooh,
go to like
fundamentals.
here.
Let's go.
Yeah. And then, okay, there's like that. Okay. Now let's continue on with it. This comes out, right? My minor axis is probably going to be right here.
So you want to see the 3D forms more than just the line art.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're thinking it is a 3D. It is a 3D thing. This might as well be a 3D model. Like, I'm sure they have a lot of 3D models in these animes. Like, just because it's, like, rendered or drawn in a cartoon style, like, these are three-dimensional objects. These are not...
They have to be in space.
Yeah, they're in space. Like, 3D space. Like, you could make an anime figurine out of these that are, you know, made out of whatever, 3D printed or resin or whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so, like, this comes out. And you can do like these little micro studies just to understand these forms. But this is perspective, right? Like whoever the artist is, they know perspective. They understand the forms of these things. Like this is a surface line, right? This is a contour line that goes around the surface. These are all contour lines right here. Like this is 3D form. This is perspective. You could 3D model this, and in a program like Genshin. Those are all 3D models. They're just rendering them in an anime style. Like all of those are 3D models running around inside of a game engine, which is 3D. Right? 3D. And so you can have 3D. 3D. Like that's what all this anime, all the anime is 3D. It's not like a 2D thing. It's maybe deceptive because it's like a line work, but like here's the 3D form of this hair here.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Yep.
Like this is a three-dimensional strip. You can see the edge right here because of the lighting. And then it thins out and it goes into that 3D. Right? You could literally model this. Like what do you think like VTubers and stuff are? They're 3D models.
Yeah, and that one's like a rounder form because we see more of that like kind of a rounder cast shadow.
Here's the core shadow.
Yeah, the core. Mm-hmm.
And
yep.
Right? And it's being lit from the left. Right, there's the shadow. Here's the shadow. So the light is coming from like this direction. This is being lit. This is in shadow. Here's the shadow of this because the light is coming from like up here, right? Light and shadow, light and shadow. You can see there's a shadow right here. You can see this whole look. If this face wasn't 3D, why would we have a shadow separating this side from that side, right? It's like,
and why would it be like kind of differently shaped? Oh, cute.
Like, yeah, like you only get shadows because of 3D. Like if this was a piece of paper, it wouldn't have any shadows. It's all 3D, right? Like this is reinforcing our cylinder. Why? Because the neck is a cylinder, so you get an ellipse. Look, this little tiny thing right here.
Oh, that little bit.
That's the strap going back behind. This hook, that's the strap going behind. This three-dimensional folds, right? You go like whatever is going on right there. All 3D. And so like just because people want to draw anime, you still have to learn like form drawing and 3D drawing and practice those foundations and stuff because it's like, you know, super, super important. And you could construct this from any angle, right? You could go like proportionally, like, okay, there's like this, and there's like this.
I have a hard time distinguishing the bottom of the eye sockets and the end of the cheekbones. Can you go over those planes again? Yeah.
Pretty round. And like the shading style, like don't be deceived by the shading style. Like this is underneath of the chin, right? This is all in shadow. This is all in shadow. So regardless of the art style, like these artists are using the same principles. Like they do a lot of these like really chunky gloves and things around the wrist, and it's design like they're using three-dimensional forms in order to design like appealing shapes. You know, they have a bunch of those like wrist things all the time where they like draw a hand.
Like cuffs.
They have like these really chunky cuffs. I don't really know what they're called exactly.
I don't know. They just look cool.
Yeah, they'll like go
they almost
over
look like wrist weights or something, but they're
yeah,
not.
they'll like go over the hand like this or whatever on the wrist.
So nice.
I don't know. But break down your favorite stuff. But drawing over the surface of this is not going to like teach you perspective. You should like properly learn perspective, do a bunch of 1, 2, and 3 point, do form drawing exercises. We talk about these like all the time on stream. You know, like form drawing exercises like this. 1 point, 2 point, 3 point. Like this is like something that I was doing for Benji yesterday. Right? Rotating objects in perspective, how to wrap things around. Let's
drawing
get rid of this.
Things from different angles. Actually, can you give me the iPad real quick? Your little turnaround thing.
They are hand warmers like leg warmers, but for your arms. Really? I thought they were like Rock Lee weights or something. Like, you know, drop them off and there's like, but it's like everything's 3-dimensional volumes, right?
Yes.
Like that sort of thing. Horse.
Oh yeah, you can show this really quick. You do stuff like this.
Yeah, I teach this stuff. This is what I teach in our classes. I do I hate the iPad.
I hate that.
I teach the dimensional drawing classes in our anime art school. So the perspective class, 1 point, 2 point, 3 point. You can keep going if you want. Intuitive perspective and technical perspective come together and hold hands to make it so you can draw whatever you want. And like form drawing and cross sections and all this kind of stuff.
This is the cross section that Colton was showing earlier with the character. It's that.
Yeah.
You know, he teaches like speed forms and stuff, how to find those wireframes.
And the proportions simply make an anime. Like the proportion and the rendering style, but it's all 3D. Like whether you're drawing realism or anime, it's all 3D. Like a head is a head is a 3D thing. It's just like the proportions and the exact forms that you use that make it different.
Yep.
And like I think it is good to break down these things, but like you should definitely learn the basics of drawing in 3D. So like, you know, you don't just kind of like wing it until it happens. You should
actively
practice it. Like actively do exercises that help you improve on it. That would be the, you know, best and fastest way to improve in my opinion.
Meta.
Definitely the improvement meta.
I think someone earlier was confused with the bottom of the eye sockets and the end of the cheekbones. So let's look at this real quick with the skull. So I think like with anime characters, it can be a little bit confusing sometimes because there's like so much like softening happening, and sometimes the bottom of the eyes and the cheekbone kind of blend together a bit. But generally, if you were to draw even a skull, so the bottom of the eye. Oh, let me look here. Let me do this really quick. So the bottom of your eye is above the cheekbone because the cheekbone's right here, right? But your eye is situated in here. So if it's like a realistic head, for example, you'd have your cheekbone down here, which is the end of it. Here's your eye line. Here's your socket. Here's the bottom of the eye socket. The bottom of the eye socket is like this little plane, and the cheekbone kind of forms a little plane like this. So here's the bottom of the socket. Here's the bottom of the cheekbone. You can think of it like that. And then the bottom of the eyelid is situated in here. This is a horrible drawing, but that's okay. Whatever. Right, so it's a little bit above the bottom of the cheekbone. But in an anime style, because the eye range or the eye size changes so much, you end up kind of getting the bottom of the eyelid will tend to be a little bit lower than usual. So here's a brow. Cheekbone actually comes out a little bit lower for this kind of head type because it's meant to be cuter, right? So because you're like physically shortening this kind of chin. And it's also blended by the cheek fat. So if I were to draw this eye right here, I would say it depends on like where the bottom of your eye is. If this is the bottom of your eye right here, your cheekbone's going to be a little bit lower, right? It's not going to be at the eyes, unless it's like a chibi. Then that's a bit different, because chibis are super, super stylized. But generally, you'll see the cheek kind of come out a little bit lower than the bottom of the eye. And it would feel pretty good. But it's like it happens quick. So you got to notice the change. Because sometimes you'll have a head shape that looks like this. And therefore, you know, that wouldn't really apply anymore. The bottom of your eye would basically be where the cheekbone is. But that's just because that's proportional. And then here, your cheekbone. The cheekbone's weird because look at this. It like curves outward and then goes back in. That's like the weird part. So a lot of the time you'll just kind of, you won't really see any of the cheekbone really. You'll sometimes see an indication, like let's say in this head shape right here, you'll see an indication of that arch right here. But you won't see this arch. You won't see this part because it's like all covered with muscle and fat. But you'll see a little bit of this, especially if their face is a bit more concave. So this is the zygomatic arch. You don't see this unless they're super bone thin, but you will see a bit of this. And that always that most of the time happens a little bit after the bottom of the eye. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how to differentiate between like a more mature character versus a more younger character. And a lot of it has to do with the placement of the features. The features for a more mature adult is going to be smaller, especially the eyes. You don't want like googly-eyed adults. That'd be kind of weird.
You can.
I mean, but you can, for sure.
I'm sure someone's done it. And,
Definitely.
And it looks
really
interesting to say the least.
Yes.
Maybe good. I don't know. I haven't seen it, but probably.
It can work.
You can make a lot of stuff work if you design things well.
You know, that's very true. Maybe I shouldn't say it looks bad. I should say it doesn't look like your conventional anime character.
Yeah.
It's not like conventional beauty standards, if that makes
let's
sense.
be honest. Funko Pops exist.
Okay, yes, that's true.
And those are
shading, like...
throw shade at Funko Pops every opportunity we get.
Yeah. So because I made my eyes smaller and my brow closer to the eyes, right? Look at how far apart this one is to the eye. And then this one to the eye. Very, very different.
For anime, shouldn't we be using a cat skull? Not necessarily.
No.
No.
Animation comes in very different styles.
I mean, we're drawing human heads. It's just in different proportions. So, like, you could use a 4-month-old? Is that what it is?
4-month-old infant.
Yeah, a 4-month-old infant is much more...
proportionally accurate, I think.
Proportionally accurate. For, like, the modern anime style, right? Like, I don't know, like, anime, like a Sword Art Online or something with that style, right?
Yeah. Or Moe, whatever.
Do you ever get bored of drawing? Not really. There's so many things to draw. It's a language, right? So it's like, do we ever get bored of, like, I don't know, a lot of things like TV shows, or there's always like new things to draw and new stories to tell. Drawing is just like a language, a visual medium.
Yep.
So theoretically, you'll never run out of things.
So here, bottom of the eye, then the cheekbone comes out because we have this plane right here.
It's kind of like this, ain't it? This thing.
Oh, that's so cute.
Here, I'm working on my little construction study, breaking down this.
I would say move the
in 3D.
Right eye.
This one?
Yeah, that one a little bit to the
To the
right.
left? To the right, I mean?
To the right, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I figured you'd just come over a little bit,
Yeah.
probably.
That'll be it. Any tips for the Gachiakuta anime style?
There we go.
Fundamentals.
Same
all the
thing.
same thing.
It's
same
actually
thing.
very similar to like MHA. What they tend to exaggerate. They make like really chunky hands and shoes and stuff, but it's all form drawing. It's all the same principles. If you really want to learn about that style, I would study it like this. Take notes. Like, what's large? What's small? Right. This mouth needs to be tilted a little bit. It's a little bit out of perspective. Probably more like that.
Are you willing to provide us tutorials? I really liked your drawing. Honestly, Udemy is great. Why not teach us in detail, beginning to advanced? We have classes, and we do have Udemy classes.
We have an online school.
But yes, we do have an online school that teaches from beginning to advanced. So, like, we start you from, like, really simple concepts, and then we kind of gradually get you to doing more complex things. So we'll show that in a bit. Well, that looks very, very nice. You are very good at doing, like, capturing the likeness of the style.
I'm having trouble with it. Like I'm using this as a form reference. Like I'm not copying this negative space right here. I'm not looking to copy this. I'm not looking at that triangle. I'm like reconstructing this in perspective with three-dimensional forms, almost like Legos or something. Helps me understand what the artist is doing, right? Like what the artist is building, and I like put them together on here, and I'm like trying to understand the description of form. And like as I do this, obviously I'll learn the proportions, more of the style. I don't particularly think this captures the likeness exactly, but
I think so.
I'm understanding like the construction and of the of like the goggles, like how far is this gap versus how long is this? I would literally say like it's like too long, right? two units long. So like if I come through here,
I think meant like too long, like
way too mine's long. Too short probably.
Oh.
Like these are very chunky goggles. They get really big. So it's like I would measure this, and I would be like, okay, like my goggles probably need to be a lot bigger. Maybe even like that.
Do the bangs have a ledge?
A ledge? They're definitely if you mean like
a plane,
like a form change, yeah. Or the bangs like these. They're more like this.
Yeah. Can you attach your course link here? I would love that on YT.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
I'll do that. Christina can do her drawing magic stuff.
Drawing magic stuff.
Magic girl, do your pencil stuff.
Yeah, so we covered skull and proportions and forms. So if you missed any of this, we are on YouTube as well. You can rewind the stream. It's all there. We cover some skulls, proportion, and head forms, adding on features. We're kind of doing that as well.
Yeah. So I put the link there, and so you're going to want to look for the yellow button that says Anime Art School.
Yes, it's also here.
It's on that page. And that's the program that we're talking about. It's like a big, giant, in-depth, long program.
Yep.
I saw a lot of people drawing and grid methods. You mean where you use a grid to get more accurate proportions?
Like
I don't have hair, so I kind of have to like do this instead of like mess with my hair. Because people will be like, they'll put it in their mouth.
Like they'll just grid it.
I just play with my little helicopter.
And then they like kind of go shape by shape like that.
Funky Pop hate is strong here. I'm joking about it. I don't really care about him.
Yes, I'm on the iPad and Colton is on his
No,
tablet.
I'm on this. I'm on an Intuos style, an Intuos large with a little pen. So this is like the little drawing pad thingum. It controls my mouse. I do draw with a mouse though.
Yeah, Colton does not draw with a mouse, but he can.
No,
he absolutely
I drew
can.
these with a mouse.
Yeah, he did, which is
MS Paint.
surprisingly very, very impressive.
I actually draw with a mouse a lot. I really enjoy it. It's hard. Painting with a mouse is much easier than drawing with a mouse, in my opinion.
Hey Benji. Yeah.
How perfect of a circle.
Would you guys ever make a portion on how to integrate characters into a background? We do that actually.
Yeah, we do that.
We do that. If you mean like on streams, we'd cover that quite often. We also cover that in our school.
Anyways, I'll get back to my
whoopsies.
Micro study.
Yeah, micro study.
Benji.
Just as an example here in the anime art school, this is a background with a few characters in it. But actually, the really fun thing about this is that you can draw like a background with characters and you can crop it. And then, now you got like a free background.
Well, there's like multiple ways to approach this, right?
You covered that yesterday.
Yeah, I did a demo yesterday where I did like a quick little background that I thought about graphically. I didn't detail it all, but ultimately there's a couple ways to approach it, right? Like you could draw a background or like a frame, right? And imagine you have like, I don't know, like a character in here or something, right? So like here's the character, and then you can draw a background behind them. Or you can take it and think about it a little bit more graphically, like when you're designing a background, like I think in terms of shapes. So if I were to put a character in this scene and I wanted to integrate it a little bit more, I don't know, elegantly, I would start coming in here and maybe going, okay, well, here's my character, right? And well, you can't really see them now because they're just a bunch of dark on dark. So maybe I'll come in here and I'll go, the character is lit from the side, and here's their head. Actually, no. Let's do this. Maybe the
Bye,
character
Raspberry.
is lit from here, right?
Does the school cost money? Yes, it does.
Yes. And then, you know, maybe I'll block that out and just do something like that. And I'll start putting a character in here a little bit more elegantly and consider their relationship to the background in terms of like shapes, so it calls attention to the character, right? Like maybe we can come down here and
May I ask for the general prices? So our anime art school is a year long. It's self-paced. It has a bunch of classes in the program. The price is $497 for the whole thing, and you have it forever.
Yeah, our anime art school is like college, like a college alternative, basically. It's our shot at the classes that you would take in a college in its like entirety, where you're learning the fundamentals like perspective, heads, faces, expressions, head construction, anatomy and figure drawing. There's a full 12-week class on anatomy and figure drawing. There's a full 12-week class on clothing drawing, the clothing folds, drawing, rendering, like 5-value system, all that stuff that you'd learn in like college. And there's a 14-week perspective class. There's a painting class where I actually teach you like color theory. I teach you rendering, lighting,
Still lifes.
We do a bunch of still lifes. We do backgrounds. We do a lot of stuff. Like it's a very, very large program. You would not be able to get through it in a year unless you're working really hard at it. So that's like our big chunky program. Yeah. So you can approach it multiple ways. You can start with the character and then add the background, and like that's sort of what a lot of illustrators will do, right? It's like this image is about the character. The background is simply there to support the character.
Is there any examples of that?
Yeah, like every
illustration ever.
Yeah, let me just look for a second.
I
don't know. I'd have to look up.
Yeah, I think with like college and stuff,
It depends on the college.
It depends on the college.
I'm talking like
design college. Like,
you know, we went to like art center, and I went to a school called FZD School of Design, and I'm teaching a lot of the stuff that I took in classes there. So perspective classes, draw through, form drawing. Like I studied industrial design, and I did concept art for games for years. And in my classes, I teach a lot of that stuff. And that's like this sort of thing, right? If you're familiar with channels like ArtWad or, I don't know, a lot of those channels, like they take this sort of approach, right? Where you're thinking about things in 3-dimensional forms, and you're practicing rotating objects, and, you know, then you would essentially apply like color and lighting to it, and you go, well, this is a 3D form, so if I'm gonna light this, maybe I'll get this in shadow, you know, maybe I'll get this in shadow and this in shadow and this in shadow.
There's
and so like
logic to it.
There's a logic to it, because these are just like primitive forms, right? Like if I'm lighting a sphere, you know, it might just be like I have a lit side and I have a shadowed side.
Yep.
And so we teach all that stuff from the very basics. We have like a whole thing on it on our iPad here.
Yeah, right here.
Bunch of examples from the school and everything.
I'll kind of just go through the heads. We have a heads and faces class in our thing, and I talk actually about the skull. Like, so what we were just talking about earlier in the stream, that's what I start you with. And then I have you guys draw a bunch of heads from different angles and breaking down the head into different simpler forms, just like this. And then lighting it. So like, here's how to light it. Here's how to light the head. I like to combine like heads with spheres and boxes. So like, you'll see that some of it, you'll see a bit more like a box inspiration.
Box-kun.
Box-kun. But this one is more like a sphere, you know, because the head is just full of different forms. I think one of the simplest ways is breaking down the head just very simply like this. Sphere, box. Kind of a box. There we go. And then if you can draw this in multiple ways or multiple angles and get used to this, it becomes a lot easier to shade. So it's just a blend of different forms together. And then you can add your features. Like if you want to add a nose, you just add a triangular prism. Using the center line, comes out, goes in, attach it on there. You know,
I didn't learn any of that in college. Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah,
that's why we're doing what we're doing, because we want to be able to help people out. Like I can't fix what happened, but I can provide an education and training that, I don't know, you wish you got. And we do hear that a lot.
Yeah.
It really depends on the school. I love the Rockstar's artwork for GTA games. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
It looks great. Actually, funny enough, I have my old teacher's assistant in Art Center works at Rockstar, Samantha.
Oh, really?
I don't know what she's working on. They're all NDA'd out of their minds. But yeah, I actually have some friends that work at Rockstar. I haven't talked to them in a number of years though.
So if I were to render or shade this head, let's say my light is up here. Knowing where my light source is has always been the bane of my existence until I actually just started doing it. And then I'm like, oh, I know where to put my shadows now. So here, if my light is up here, I'm gonna say, okay, anything that's like in this range where it's facing the light is gonna be lit. Anything that's going away from it will be in shadow. So like things that are going away. What is going away? Let's add a little wireframe around this head. This is what's super helpful for me. This comes out, this goes back. In, out, a little bit in, out. On here. In, out, in, out. A lot of in and outs.
I haven't really been that big a fan of in and out lately, honestly. I ate there.
That's so funny.
I ate there with you and Kevin not too long ago, and it was kind of mid.
It was pretty mid, honestly.
I don't know why.
Not
it was
what I'm
cheap.
I'm kidding.
It was definitely inexpensive.
It was inexpensive, but is it really worth the taste? Worth the inexpensive?
Was it worth it?
Yeah. And then the crazy thing about head is that it's round, so it's not flat like this. That wouldn't really be very good. It's a little bit rounder, so it's like that. And then this kind of goes like a box. So when you know the forms, you can shade it much better. Let's add some shadows. If my light's up here, this will cast a shadow right in here. And it looks accurate. This is kind of like the forms of an eye socket right in here. Now this is like pretty harsh lighting, so that's why I'm including the eye in the shadow here. Bottom creates a shadow. Bottom of the nose creates a cast shadow. Chin has a shadow. And then this form is facing away from the light, so this will be in shadow.
Clean up a little bit of this.
And then we have a shadow for the neck. It's pretty logical. And then what people like to do as well is they'll have a gradient, because light isn't just like light shadow. It's light to dark. So as it's going away from us, you'll see a subtle gradient happening. And so you'll see light, and then that's why you'll see some kind of like transition down towards the chin. It's a little bit darker. And there we got like a shaded head. And it looks pretty believable. And then what other people do is, to make this less obvious and jarring, they will smudge this. So they will kind of blend it a little bit to soften the form. And you'll see it a lot even in like Genshin illustrations. They'll just soften. Let me use my smudge brush if that's even possible to use it.
There's my little
There we go.
study.
Ooh, very cute. That could be
study.
Is that gonna be part of your head's challenge?
Maybe. There we go. So like constructed 3-dimensionally from a sphere. Everything's considered, and then when it gets to a certain level, like people stop seeing it as 3D and they just start seeing it as like the character.
Oh yeah.
But like constructed, like this sort of thing, where you start with these really primitive forms, and then think about how the mouth goes over the 3D form.
Now that I think about it, maybe on our streams we should include more popular characters in the tutorials or something.
Yeah.
Not like to draw the character, but more like they're just included in
They're
the
just
tutorial.
featured.
They're just featured, exactly.
Featured character of the day or something,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like that sort of thing. And then this, of course, is like glass up here, right? So you're going to get like... that sort of vibe.
Ooh.
Because like that's how glass looks. And they've just simplified it. They've gone like, oh, there's this, and then there's the hole down there, and then here's the concave highlight on that glass. It's actually very similar to like an eye, because the inside of her
Yeah.
goggle is this,
Uh-huh.
right? And this is a
Wait.
darker hole, and this is that. But then there's a lens on top that bulges out, so it catches a specular.
Okay, you're onto
I
something
mean,
there.
that's literally just
yeah,
how they're rendering it.
Binoculars are eyes. You can't shade eyes, look at binoculars, I guess.
Yeah. I'm all messed up. Everything. There we go. I'll do cleanup job off screen, off camera.
It's always fun seeing the cleanup job, though.
No, I don't think it is. I wish I could watch it instead of have to do it.
Let's see.
And like, you can kind of do it as a likeness study. I was more doing it as a form study.
Yeah.
So there's lots of different kinds of studies. It's basically like, what am I looking for? Or like, what am I trying to learn from this?
And even with like eyes like frappies, I'm also thinking these are orbs. They're like little googly eyes stuck onto the form.
Yeah.
Like this.
They're huge.
They're huge.
Very, very large eyes.
I'm not drawing it like the style, but that's what I also think about. Once you start getting better at drawing in perspective, you'll start seeing things in two different modes. So I think what someone said earlier was like, oh, so you just like think about it in 3D rather than the line work. It's actually very true. That's
You
how
do both.
you do both. You see the lines, but not only the lines. You also see what's underneath. You see the wireframe.
Yeah, I think Vizine had a really good video on this topic, but there's 3D versus 2D thinking, and you actually use both in a single artwork. You build and construct and think in terms of 3D shapes, but you design in 2D. So you look at the aesthetic of the 2D shapes and go, well, what's going on? Like, why is something not looking good or whatever?
Wow. Someone could have an OC that looks like this. They have like a netting around the eyes or something.
Yeah. So it's like, I am thinking of this three-dimensional volume here, right? Here are my wrapping lines. And you can literally see, like, when you have this is a ribbon, right? This right here is a ribbon. So you have the ribbon that comes around like this. And this may be thick. But then when it comes up and towards us, it might be thinner. And then come over like this. Like that. That's basically what's happening on our nose, right? Because this is coming towards us and this is going away from us. So if we were to like render this, it would probably look, you know, something like this. You'd probably catch a highlight right there. And then there's the nose. And this would be the center line coming up and whatever. What did her mouth look like again? Oh, yeah.
I just made a robot OC. I'm kidding.
And I'm just thinking about this form here. And I'm thinking about this form because this is wide because this is like the plane of the cheek right here. Comes like that. So it's really all form drawing exercises. And you would look at the aesthetic of it in 2D, but you would mostly think in 3D because you got to construct these things. You got to build these things. Underneath, what's going on underneath the hood? This kind of thing.
Yep. Do you do anything different when approaching old people? Not really. You would start the same way because it just depends on what kind of person you're drawing, and then get all the proportions in place, especially if you have a reference, and find out what makes them look old. Is it more wrinkles around the eyes? Do they have sunken cheeks? Are their eyes a little bit lazier looking because of the skin sagging? So I would say it's just, you start the same, you just add different nuanced details, I guess. But even the wrinkles wrap around the form, so just keep that in mind.
Then I can make this line work more interesting by varying the line weight.
Actually, can you turn this girl old? Like just add like some extra wrinkles or something. Like even just a little bit of wrinkle, like even
Where would
yeah,
a
like that.
wrinkle be?
Yeah, exactly. Like that, or like even below. Yep, exactly. There, you've just drawn an old character.
Oh no, she's been oldified.
She's been oldified. Yep. You know, maybe they'll have a more pronounced nose, but like you have to give them features that makes them look old, but nothing is really different. Oh my gosh.
You know, she's been like slightly oldified.
Yeah, like maybe she's like a mom or a middle-aged mom that has an empty nester or something. That's what it looks like to me.
Like you're just kind of like drawing more stuff, you know?
Yeah.
You can do something
You're just
like that.
adding more stuff. That actually looks pretty good though. I'm asking because in most places I've seen, instead of drawing them, simply they choose to use more realistic proportions. Yeah.
I mean, that definitely contributes.
It definitely contributes for sure.
I mean, you're not going to make like an old kid that still has kid proportions, really.
Right.
Like if I want like an old, I mean, if they make like an old chibi, like you can definitely do that. But a lot of the time they'll do like, you know.
Yeah, they'll do that. And then they'll kind of have like a little H mouth. Yeah, like that. And then balding hair or something. I don't know, three strands of hair. Oh my gosh, that's the cutest old man chibi.
You know, like they'll do stuff like this and they'll kind of like emphasize certain things. It'll make them look a lot older. But like this is what happens, right? The skin starts to sag. It holds up a little bit less.
Shriveled up
eye bags. Like the eye bags will come out of the eye socket a little bit. You know, you'll get sometimes like this sort of volume here. You'll get, you know, maybe they miss teeth.
Oh crap. Did you do this on a different layer?
No.
Oh no. Can you undo that up to that point?
Hey, get back here. Sonny.
I'm so sad. You might be cooked
myself.
You did.
Because I didn't do it on a different layer, and I'm gonna run out of undos really fast. See, and I'm not even gonna be able to. There we go. That's it. No, it's easy to fix.
Okay, I was like, no.
I just erase all this extra stuff, dude.
Do you guys have payment plans for the courses, or does it have to be upfront?
No, we don't.
We don't. It has to be upfront. We've just run into some stuff with payment plans, and we're like, no more.
Yeah, I'm honestly sick of
It's too unpredictable.
Having to chase people down who don't follow through with it, and I really, really don't like canceling people's access because they vanished into thin air. Yeah. Because then they lose access. And they don't get their first payment back.
And it's even harder if like something happens and you can't like change it.
But no, we don't do it.
Yeah.
We used to, but that was a while back.
This is a 2D animation live. It's not, but we do draw.
We teach drawing fundamentals, which overlaps, but no, we don't. Neither of us do any 2D animation. Crap, I don't remember what the mouth was.
It was just that shape, I think. But
oh, I remember now.
Oh, that's cute too, actually.
I mean, they do this a lot. Maybe I'll just leave this. Maybe I'll just invent something.
Sure. I would say if you are interested in 2D animation, you would need to know how to draw.
Oh yeah, if you want to do 2D animation, like a lot of this stuff is going to overlap. Design, right? Let's invent like another nose or something. There we go. And then I know they had like hatching, like a lot of hatching. I don't remember what direction it faced. Maybe like that.
You know, if you want to draw old people, look at old fruits, like fruits that are going bad. They get wrinkly. You know, they don't look. They kind of sag a little bit. They're not like in their ripe prime, I guess. You can use that as reference. The wrinkles would kind of be very similar, like a.
What are you drawing, dude?
I don't know what I'm. I don't know what I'm drawing. I think.
Crap! Now I deleted my old person face.
Oh, your old person face was so
I did
cute.
literally the worst thing I could. I deleted the whole old person face, and I couldn't even delete the other stuff.
Gunsmith Cat mentioned. Yeah.
Oh, I love Gunsmith
Such a
Cats.
good looking manga. Guys, this isn't my usual style. Sorry, chat. I usually draw more attractive characters, but you know, this could look attractive. Maybe she has like robot hair or something. Actually, if you want to draw robots just like this, not saying that this is the ideal. Even form drawing, like understanding the skull is also super important. So, you know, where's your jaw? Where's your ball of the mouth? For me, what I did to achieve this look was all I did was this. I'll use white. She initially didn't have this mouth. She was just gonna be froppy, but then I changed it up. All I did was I just drew the form of what it looked like without it being separated, and then I just drew some cut lines, but that wrapped around. Whoop. And then I'm like, oh, what if this kind of looks like a disc underneath? And now it looks like a little puppet. And that's what I did to create that look. So even with mechanical things, skulls work. Maybe I'll take this away. Maybe she had. I mean, this is a kind of a cool concept.
Where's that Mickey you were drawing the other day?
Oh,
finish that one.
Okay.
I want to be able to use it for something.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll finish it. You want me to just like kind of just do a part of it or just the whole thing?
I don't know. I guess just work from the top down.
Sure.
See where you get.
I always like working from top down, even though
Oh,
may not be. It is kind of hot, isn't it?
Get a bit hot-headed.
Hothead. What software do you use? For streams, I use Procreate. Colton uses Photoshop. For personal artwork, we use Photoshop as well. All right, let me see how I'm gonna finish this. I need some target standards. This is Colton's character Miki. She's super cute. She's super fun. Kind of looking for something. That's pretty cute.
Clip Studio Paint doesn't have shift and drag. You mean to get like perfectly horizontal and vertical lines?
Bro.
I'm sure there's some kind of a line tool. You know, another thing is if you get like a real ellipse set, you can use them for tablets too. They work with tablets. If you get a real ruler, you can use a ruler for perspective and stuff as well. It does? Does it? I don't use Clip Studio.
I don't use it very much either. It's been such a long time.
But someone says it does. So what is the
what's the truth?
Shortcut for that?
Yeah. I will notice that with these, the way how they color anime faces, they'll have like this kind of blush.
Hi, I checked out your academy. Are the classes available separately, or do you pay the one price for all? You pay the one price for all.
Yep.
That it is built as one whole education. So you can kind of think about it like a college, right? Like I wouldn't really advise students to jump into a college like in term 3 or in term 2, because everything builds, like the way that we teach it, everything's building, like things that Christina teaches in her classes or things that I teach in my classes, they build with future terms, and we, you know, bring up stuff. We reference stuff we talked about in the past and everything. But yeah, that is the price for everything. So it's the whole 1 year program.
Let's see. How do I want to render the hair? This one's kind of cute. What do you think about this?
That's cute.
It's kind of
I
bad.
think what you got going on maybe is pretty cute too.
Yeah, I need to try to find where I. Oh, there was this
one.
one.
What side of Pinterest are you on? Because that's like the ultimate cute.
I'm on my
cute styles and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's literally a folder that
yeah, that's a folder that we have shared. You should look at the thing.
I never go on Pinterest, dude. Found a bunch of old techno trance I used to listen to in like 2011.
You did? Oh, yes, you did. For some reason, I just respond as if I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about, but I do.
Do you get a certificate from your program? Nothing official. but you do get a portfolio in the end, and the skills. So it's a skill based, right? Skill based matchmaking. I'm kidding. Yeah, you build the portfolio. It's for people who want to get better at art and kind of learn everything in a
cohesive.
Yeah, like a cohesive, complete program. There's a lot of tutorials out there. There's a lot of classes out there. They'll just teach one thing, which I don't think are bad at all. We have a program that teaches like it's like a college. Like, Mom, I'm starting college.
Yeah.
Oh, where are you moving to? The comfort of my living room. I don't know. Thruppy.
Chad, does that work for your cats? I heard that that's come here for cat language.
Let's see if it works.
I don't think it's my arrow. Yes, it works. Works for mine. They're not coming. They don't take us seriously.
They're they don't speak. We've never taken them to cat language classes.
Cat language therapy? I don't know.
Someone now entering the stream being so confused. We're trying to get our cats to come to us, but
it's not working.
It's not working. I know the language that I'll show you the language that our cats speak.
Kitty, kitty. Treat. That just made my cat come towards the screen.
Let's see if they speak this language.
Kitty, 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 kitty. They respond to kitty, kitty, kitty.
Who wants treat? They might be completely knocked out though. That made my cat come towards the screen. Here you go. They can eat this. They don't even want to come in for that, dude. They're so tired then. Nope, Toby's here.
Toby's here.
You want your reward? Your special reward?
He knows.
Baby Toby. Precious.
Guys, we might have applied for a booth.
Hi, baby.
But we don't know if we're going to get accepted.
Hi, baby.
Oh, look at you. You look like a kitten from this angle.
Big chungus
He's a
kitten,
big
dude.
chungus
Look
kitten.
at this.
Ooh. We have three. We have three stinky kitties.
Only Toby came. That's a pathetic turnout.
Mm-hmm.
Applejack, where are you, dude?
Let me think. How am I gonna do this?
Nest, chilling.
Oh.
He's in the Toby upside down nest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're just sitting in the tower looking at me like I'm crazy, asking them to come out here.
Yeah,
Like,
bro, I'm
that's so far, dude. Are you crazy? I haven't done anything today. I'm so tired.
Who's new here, by the way? Who's new? We like new people.
If you are new here,
or you're lurking and you've never seen us before, maybe you have seen us before, but you're always lurking.
Sandwiches, Digital Diva. Can you draw feathers / wings? Working on a harpy, but pose and wings look off. I'm not a wing artist.
I'm not a wing artist
I
either.
haven't really studied wings that much. Bow knot 404. Bow knot.
Bonut?
Knot.
Bonut.
Kind of new chick.
Just join the
Working on an
Discord.
animation.
Awesome.
Very nice. Yes, we do. We do officially have a Discord server.
Yes.
And you can join for the price of absolutely free. Come hang out, make friends. A lot of people enjoy drawing each other's characters, and you can hang out. We notify when we go live, and it's a good time.
Anyone can join.
You can
as long as you're not a weirdo.
absolutely join. Smiley, hello.
Oh, yes.
Smiley's Kimi, right?
No.
Wait, is Smiley Kimi?
I think it is Kimi.
No.
Yeah, I've seen it.
No. Kind of new second stream.
Yeah, it is.
I had no idea, dude. I know you
know
told me
time.
too. Like, I remember not remembering, if that makes sense. It doesn't. Are you guys husband and wife?
Yes. How did you
Yes.
know?
How did you know?
How did you know?
Or colleagues, but
Both.
partners in crime?
Partners in business.
Welcome.
Kitty cat. Yeah. Meow, meow, meow. Toby.
Toby Chubbard. Oh, he looks so tired.
I may have many alternative personas online.
Well, I have many not recognize you, unfortunately. At first, I thought you guys were in different rooms by how you guys were calling for your cats.
Peace.
I'm wearing my Hey Chat shirt. Unfortunately, it's backwards for y'all.
How do I join Discord? You go to drawanime.com. It is on our bio.
Yep.
There's a invite link in there.
Or you could do discord.gg/mikibiki. MIKIBIKI. That's actually her.
Yeah, that's her.
Discord.gg/her name is literally our Discord invite. So Mikibiki.
I'll write it down in purple. Oop, that's too thick.
Attach. This is what your shirt looks like to me. Yeah, it's mirrored on here. I could like flip us. But
it's gonna. I like that you can just flip us just like that. Ooh, my bangs look so weird.
It didn't flip it for YouTube, but it flips it for
Drawing
TikTok.
and watching the stream kind of inspired. Not gonna lie. Heck yeah.
That's great.
That's great.
Y'all want us bigger? Should we be like this big? Look at this. What if you were like this?
Ooh.
No, that's cute. I love it. It's good. What if we were like this?
I mean, that's not bad. I think that's kind of cute.
Hello, chat.
Hello, chat. What if we were like that big?
not the face. Your face of disapproval.
My face is too round for camera. Nah, maybe that's not. It's not that bad.
Why don't you just zoom in on you, huh? Because
Yeah, zoom in.
we're
Zoom in on
gonna get a lot of.
Do a puppy dog face. Wait. Look how squishy he is.
Bro, the scaling on this is kind of weird.
Maybe we should be a little bit
No,
bigger.
let's just be like
that big.
Let's be like this big. Let you look at me like I did something wrong.
Maybe because you did. I don't know. I need to bake bread today. No, not bake, but I need to make the dough tonight.
Why does baked bread sound like touch grass? You know what I mean?
I need to bake bread.
Go
today.
bake bread.
Yeah, just go and bake bread.
Bake bread.
It's actually super easy. I need to make it tonight because we only have 2 slices of that
Someone
bread
say
left.
bread. Benji! That was loud. Oh my
Benji,
gosh,
I made bread.
Our bread man.
I'll show you a picture of my homemade bread. I don't even know if I have it.
Do you have a picture of it?
There it is. Hold up.
No need.
No need. No need Dutch oven bread.
No need to need. It's delicious.
It was good.
Benji, oh my gosh, dude, teach us how to bake.
What's your favorite bread to bake?
Looking crispy? Oh, it's crispy. Oh. Crap, I forgot about my drink.
I love crusty bread. So good. So good. Okay, I need to lock in on this drawing.
I love bread. Sourdough.
So
dude.
we're thinking
So
of maybe doing some more OC drawing, watercolor OC drawing. So we'll probably pick that up again.
We need we actually applied to get a booth at an expo here in Phoenix. Not an expo, yeah, I guess it would be
it's
an
kind
expo.
of like an expo.
We applied to get a booth here in Phoenix. I'll shrink us a little bit so we're a little bit more visible. Yeah, we applied to get a booth. An Anime Academy official booth at Fan Fusion 2026 in Phoenix, Arizona. So if it gets accepted, I don't know, I've never done a booth before. We just applied and think we'll have a good time. But if anybody here is in the Arizona area and y'all are going to be at Fan Fusion 2026, we may be there in a booth. Could be fun. I bake with PTSD these days.
Oh.
PTSD.
PTSD.
Bake. Bread. PTSBB. PTS baked bread. You made garlic bread last week? That's good. Yummy.
Wait, Benji, is the bakery like a family business?
If you do get a booth, I wish I had money to travel there. That would be sick.
That'd be so cool.
When $1 rich. Hey, that's more than no dollar poor.
Yeah.
She's so cute. Absolutely.
She is very cute.
Mickey
Beaky
is adorable.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. What if I made
so
this?
So is her mouth open or closed?
It's like smiling like this. It's like open, but like not really open. It's like kind of open.
It's anime.
It's anime. Yeah.
My style.
Hey. It's a family business, just not my family.
Oh. So what do you need to get hired at a bakery?
No cap, I was there last week. I'm a truck driver. I'll ask to see if I could go down there again. That's cool.
Oh, truck driver.
Who is Miki Beaky from? I'm glad you asked. Miki Beaky is the official mascot.
One of the official mascots.
One of the official mascot sisters of Anime Academy. This is book volume 2. She is on the cover. She is my OC from when I was like a teenager and we decided to make her one of the mascots of our business.
Because it was we might as well use her, you know?
And she's right here.
Yep.
And there's her sister Miko, who's the other mascot. And this is their little girl friend group. And Jake, who's never mentioned. He's somewhere tucked away in the back.
He's the cameraman. He's the one taking the picture.
Cameraman. And then we also have to design like their classmates and stuff like that. But
yeah.
Miki is
Colton's character.
My character.
I'm actually super excited to make those character sheets. Get to know the character.
And if you're on YouTube, she is also now the girl on the side. There you go.
She's the peppy girl. Peppy, cute girl. Let me think. How am I going to do this part?
How long it take to learn to draw? It's kind of a broad, it's kind of an open-ended question in a way. Like, what skill level? What do you want to learn to draw? How flexible do you want to be? It does not take that long to learn how to draw if you want to, say, learn something like, I don't know, like grid drawing and copy stuff. Like you can pick that up pretty fast. Like you can make insane improvement really fast. So I guess I would say like draw what? Join the Discord. Nice.
Awesome.
Welcome.
Yippee. Maybe I won't give her that cowlick. It's kind of bugging me. I'll draw everything else though.
I love it how her hair ribbons look like they're glowing.
Yeah.
It's like neon. Not really neon, but like glowing.
You're just literally glowing.
I'm literally glowing.
Like a spotlight or like a light panel.
I'm literally glowing.
That's what she says all the time. Yeah, I could do pink ribbon.
Guys, I'm literally glowing. She would do get ready with me.
Oh, she totally would.
Yeah, it's Mickey Bicky.
Okay, pink ribbon. What
I
kind
feel
of
like
pink?
she would change her ribbon color pretty often.
Yeah, I think so too.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's kind of cool too. That pink maybe? Nah, I like it like a. Do you want like a lighter pink?
I don't really care that much.
Does she have a favorite color?
Does she?
I thought she liked purple and
She
yellow.
Yeah, she likes bright, intense, cheery colors. Oranges, yellows.
Vibrant colors.
Vibrant colors and pastel colors. I wouldn't particularly say she has a favorite color. She kind of has like a favorite type of color.
Yeah. Favorite family of color.
Bright, cheerful colors. Do you talk about bread every stream now, or do I just happen to join the ones you talk about? Probably happen to join the ones we talk about. Bread is good, though. Bread is life.
Bread is life.
Bread is like...
Bread is what held civilizations together.
Well, it all started
during the bread stream. It started during the bread drawing stream, the bread painting stream. I don't have it here. I have it here. I have this, but it all started with the bread painting stream, which was like a painting demo that I did a little while back right here. And I did the whole thing live on stream, and then we buttered it up. And then ended up making a sticker in the server for some reason, just because bread's great. Christina was making bread herself.
Yeah, and then we talked about that.
Anime Academy is the best thing since sliced bread. Bread good. Yes. Bread art's coming to a stream near you.
Oh, I forgot to mention this, but we do have a live class, guys.
Yes. Exactly. I totally forgot about that.
I totally forgot about that too.
We have a live figure drawing and anatomy class coming up starting in February if you want to learn the basics of drawing anatomy
and get
and characters
feedback.
And actually get feedback and critiques from artists who teach it and can help you improve, then this is probably the class for you. It is the it's like the teal button on this site right here, drawanime.com.
We basically
and this will be our third term.
Stuff like this.
Yep. The muscles of the body, front, back of the torso, the arms, the legs, head construction,
figure drawing,
gesture drawing. We'll talk about like the line of action, all that kind of stuff. If you want to draw characters, definitely going to have to take a figure drawing class at some point. Might as well be now. You're going to have to learn figure drawing. You're going to have to learn how to draw people, proportion, stuff like that if you want to do characters.
Yep.
You know, it's very process driven. Art is a very process driven thing. And so we teach you that process.
You can check it out here. It's a teal button, and you can sign up for it.
Yes.
Will it be paid classes? Yes, it is paid classes.
When will the class be? It starts February 21st. It is over Zoom, so you can take it anywhere. And if you can't make it to the live class, the recordings will be available, and you will still get your work critiqued as long as you turn in the homework. And it is 500. It's a 6-week-long class. You can learn all about it on that page. It's the teal button. You can read about it, when exactly all of the lessons are, what time it's at. It's going to be 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern in the States.
It is.
It's on Saturdays.
Saturdays for 6 weeks.
Are these an all skill level type class? Yes, we teach to the student. So we teach the foundations of figure drawing, right? So like proportion, gesture, simple volumes, and then all of the muscles and the names of the muscles. And when you turn in your homework, we know what level you're at, and we will critique for you specifically.
Yes. And it's a really fun time because we talk about really interesting topics, but also we get to know you guys. we specifically remember you as a student. So anytime you come on stream, we're like, oh, it's that person.
Yep.
You were a student of ours, and we like you.
Mm-hmm. Do you
have
see stuff
school
on
on
character folds too? You mean like clothing? This is not a costume drawing class. This will be a figure drawing class.
Yeah.
So we're not really going to talk about any clothing or costume drawing in this particular class. It will be all about the body and drawing it and constructing it. So like poses, gesture, proportion, heads. We'll probably have a little bit on faces.
If you want to know about clothing drawing and have a class on it, we do have a fabric drawing class in our anime art school, which is the pre-recorded class, which you can have forever. It comes with all the other classes. That is a little bit. That is about the same price as the live, but you know, this all pre-recorded, so you can check that out as well.
Yeah, so these are actual demos from the class that we have on costume drawing. This is an anime art school, so that'll be the yellow button instead of the teal one.
Yeah.
And this is one of the classes. But the live class is only on figure drawing and anatomy and drawing people.
Is there a certain age you have to be?
No.
No,
I recommend at least 13, but if you can understand us now, you will be able to understand the class.
We've had we've definitely had people who are about 13 that joined the class, and they were very, very diligent and great.
You guys are so comforting. I got home from school a bit ago, and this is like so calming. Very nice.
Thank you.
I'm glad.
How much for the class?
The live figure drawing class is 500. Yep, and you'll get an invite to the student Discord, and you'll join other students. Again, this is our
We
third
want
term.
more students to hang out with. We have like what? How many slots do we have left?
I don't know. We have like 5 students who signed up so far.
Yeah. So we have what, about 11 slots left before.
I believe so. Is it in dollars? Yes. Happy
Yes.
Tuesday. Hey, Clear Sky. How you doing?
And don't worry if you feel like you can't get in on time. If you submit homework and you watch the classes, they will be also recorded for you.
on time?
Like if you
show
miss
up
a
to
class, if you show up to the.
If you have to miss a class, you'll still get critiques as long as you do the homework.
Yep, exactly. So quite flexible.
Hi, Tira.
Hey, Tira.
Thanks, guys. I convinced my mom to let me try. Awesome. Good luck.
Good luck.
Um,
I think live classes are definitely a really good experience to have.
recovering finally. How are y'all? We're doing good. Here.
I'm recovering too.
I love your guys' art. It gets your lives on my feed all the time. Awesome.
Oh,
I'm glad.
nice.
I am very glad.
Speaking of classes, I'm going to do that now because I'm having trouble with the thighs connecting with the knees. You're
Those
doing
anime girl
art.
thighs, dude. Those stinking anime girl thighs.
You mean the anime art school, Katsuo? They're basically like, okay, I'll just do like a little mini demo here, but they're basically, if you're gonna do like juicy thighs, I'm not gonna draw like, I'm just gonna draw a portion. So think of it like an underwear form, like draw the underwear, right? You're gonna have a bit of a little, it's not gonna look like this, but rather it has a little ledge, has a little bit of a kind of a squarish side, and then afterwards that's where the thighs come in. So this includes your glutes and like the thigh fat. And so generally with thighs, the thighs come in very many different types of shapes and sizes.
Oh, yeah.
You can have ones that are close together like this. You can have ones that are, have a thigh gap, totally fine. That just means thinner thighs in general. But I always like to start off with this underwear shape.
Everybody's got a pelvis.
Everybody's got a pelvis. I hope, yeah. But then with these kind of thighs, you'll sometimes see like a hip dip. So it's like the end of the pelvis right here, and then also the femur that comes out. So sometimes you'll see this like bump, like that. Subscribed, thank you.
Awesome. I don't have a pelvis. Fox, did you lose your pelvis from being sick?
How much is the anime art school?
$497.
$497 US.
Yes. Or yeah, that is it actually.
Yep.
And
you get it forever for all 7 classes.
I mean, like connecting it with the knees.
Connecting with the knees. Okay.
My fever took it away. Rip. I'll get you a new pelvis for your birthday.
Okay.
Trust. Is it only for digital art or can it be traditional? Definitely recommend digital.
I recommend digital.
You won't be able to follow with some of the classes because we do use certain simple, like layers, clipping masks, stuff that pretty much every digital art program has or should have. Like, I would recommend, Krita, Clip Studio, IBIS, anything with simple layers. But I wouldn't recommend following traditionally because we use color sliders and value sliders and digital tools and layers and stuff like that.
So your thigh comes out, thickens, and then thins. It's kind of like a bowling pin. It's like a bowling pin, right? Thick to thin. And then your kneecap is kind of going to be kind of covered with like tendons and stuff. So you're going to see like some like jubblies on the sides. I have like a better term. They're basically just a connection of muscles that end around the kneecap. And then afterwards, then you're going to transition from thick to thin again. These are your calves.
Yeah, you definitely could do traditional for the homework if there's no coloring, for sure.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the first class you could do traditionally. Most of my perspective class you could do traditionally.
And then if you want to bend it, you can go like this. Half a cylinder. Thick, then to thin. Here's the front, then here's the bottom of the other lower leg, and then you could just connect that as a kneecap.
Are you, what was that question? Are you a traditional artist or a digital one? Which do you prefer or think is better? Both, either or. I don't really have a preference on which one's, I don't think one is better. They're just different.
Let's separate this. I don't want that being around Mickey.
Hello. Welcome. My mom made a smoothie. It's really good, but there's a ton of orange flavor.
Orange.
You do not like orange, Fox?
Orange.
Orange.
What color was his hair? Orange.
Nobody knows that reference.
I forgot what reference that is.
You wouldn't.
I wouldn't know.
No.
Okay.
I do like it was a little strong. Do you have tips on going from traditional to digital? Because IDKY, I struggle so much. There's just like a natural progression. Like it's gonna feel, natural adjustment period. That's a good way to put it. You're gonna feel a little bit awkward at first because you're transitioning mediums. You're not used to it. Just keep going with it. Try different stuff. Experiment. You'll you can watch like videos of how people manage their layers or how they
kind of go by trial and error.
Sketch.
Yeah.
And you'll pick up stuff like over the years.
Yeah, you don't have to learn everything all at once. Like, I think the simplest thing that I tried was I just tried a free program. I was like, I didn't even know the concept of layers, so I basically worked without layers for like so long. Not that layers you have to use layers, but like it's part of the program and part of digital art. But you kind of just learn over time. Don't stress it too much.
I used 3D to build my portfolio, and I didn't even know what a polygon was.
The most basic thing ever.
I did not even know what a polygon was, and I built models that I used as a 3D underlayer for some of my concept art portfolio. Of course, this was back in like 2015 and 16, so like you could get the job market was a little bit different back then, but do what you gotta do.
Actually helped instantly. Hey, awesome.
Question: will you guys ever do a live on drawing clothes? Yeah,
for sure.
We've done them in the past a bit.
I don't know if I'll do like that.
Okay, time for you to make a polygon.
I didn't have to make any polygons, actually, because it was a concept art job. It was just 2D images, right? So any way you get to the end result of a 2D image, is valid for concept art. Photo bashing, 3D modeling, renders, all that kind of stuff.
If I made this a little bit more purple. I think that looks cuter.
I like the orange saturated, that.
All right.
Quite a lot.
Keep that.
Did I see a kitty come in? Nope.
They have 16 hours left of sleep today before they wake up and bother us.
Mm-hmm.
Your YouTube video on how to draw chibi helped so much. Awesome.
Oh, yay.
Hey, if you want more, she does have a chibi class as well on our website.
Which I probably did talk about in the video.
If you want 16 hours more of chibi stuff. Oh, yeah, you probably did talk about it in the video.
Yeah. I love that. I loved making that class. It was really, really fun.
Yeah. What brushes? You can get the brush for free on our linky.
Right here.
Right there.
Struggling a bit with dress frills.
Ooh, take the class. It's helping me out so much. You got chibi art class? Heck yeah.
Oh, awesome.
I love teaching that class. It was like just pure fun. Pure fun. Some parts were like a little bit tedious, but that's just because it's art. Art can be kind of tedious sometimes, but overall it was a very fun experience. When it comes to like the classes that I teach, I always like making characters and archetypes, and so I just kind of play dollhouse with that, Oh, that's nice. The one with the red dress.
That?
No, that one's kind of a nice pose.
There's no frills.
There is no frills. But I just thought it was a cool image.
Yeah, it is cool.
Dress frills.
Dress frills, huh? We can talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, why not?
Even though you're literally doing frills as well.
I'm doing frills. Ooh, that's so cute.
That is literally
Save
the
it.
stinking cutest thing
Save
I've
it.
ever seen. Okay, so
You wanna learn how to draw frills.
You want to know how to draw frills, eh?
like the way that frills work is, homie, what? Oh, what is this? Oh, it's that picture. Okay, if my terrible layer management skills. So you got like a cloth, and if you put like a string through it right here.
2 strings.
2 strings through it right here. Yeah, that's what I said, isn't it? And you can like push this, right? And it'll get bunched up. So all of this area will fit in a smaller area.
Yeah.
And so what ends up happening
Scrunch it up.
is here's your strings, and it ends up bunching up like this, right? And towards the bottom, because it's not really being held together, it'll come out much more. It'll flare out. And so the bottom will mimic the top, except it'll be a lot bigger, so it could be something like this. And remember, this is all three-dimensional. This is all three-dimensional form, right? I'll probably be a little bit neater with this.
Designing
So
the
it's
folds
all
too.
three-dimensional form. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll do 5. 1. And then it goes back.
And then
2.
it goes forward.
Now these can be different sizes and they can poof out differently. 1, 2, 3. Here's number 4. And here's number 5. Right? And then it'll maybe like come out like this. And that's essentially how it works. You'll get this same zigzag like this below. And so when you're looking at something like this, you've got gravity pulling down, and if you look at it from below, you will literally see that zigzag, right? You'll see like this kind of thing from below. And this is literally a ribbon because it's a strip of cloth, right? So you come down here, and this will end up being kind of like this a lot of the time, and this will like push over there, and maybe this will come over that, right? You'll see it below right here. Don't forget this underside as well. So this will come up, and whatever you want to do with this is totally fine. Because it's cloth, it's going to move in all these different directions as well, which gives you a lot of opportunities to design shapes. Like if this was metal, you'd probably just get a straight line here. But because this is cloth, we have an opportunity to design shapes. Like maybe I'll put like a short curve here and then a long curve here. And like this curve right here can be a designed shape. And by design, I mean like I'm literally taking my curve and instead of doing something maybe like boring and just having it even on both sides, maybe I'll make it accelerated and push it to one side, right? Like this. So this apex where it peaks is now not 50-50, like split. And I'm doing that with as many shapes as I can. And I'm looking at I'm thinking in 2D and I'm thinking in 3D as well. So like this is a two-dimensional shape. If I take this and I just pull it out, this is like a really weird version of the state of Florida. Right? Or Squidward's nose or something, right? So like I want these shapes to be interesting shapes as well. When I'm designing these, like this is a big shape, this is a little shape, like small, you know, this is another interesting shape. So for example, if I go in here and I pull this out and I compare these two shapes, they're very different from each other. Like they have different forms. If I just have like the same exact shape over and over and over, and I'm talking 2D, right? The 3D is like dictating the two-dimensional shapes. If I just had this, it would look boring. If they're all evenly spaced, boring. So what I'm doing is I'm going, I got a big gap right here. I've got a little teeny tiny gap right there. I've got a little gap right here. I've got another gap. And every single one of these gaps are different from each other. And this is what like makes something look more visually appealing, is this unevenness and not everything's the same. And I'm also drawing in perspective, right? Here's my perspective. It's 1 point perspective. I've got a vanishing point up there. So this is like design, right? So if you're designing like the bottom of a skirt or the bottom of the dress, like even if you look at this image, right? Like here's a big, and this is kind of like a W shape, and this one goes back in, and this one comes out. And look, like this one doesn't come out very far. This one comes out like this, and it goes back in. Like you'll notice that in real life, you have all of this unevenness. They're not all the same. These are not all the same exact sizes, right? Like this one comes in front of that one. This one kind of splits down like that. This one kind of does a similar thing. This one's like behind, right? This one's like behind here, and you get all this going on. It's like you get a lot of this happening. You get these little triangles in here. Triangle, triangle, triangle. When objects overlap each other, you'll get like triangles and like accelerated curves. So you could just come down here and do a study. So would have been way faster if I just deleted it. And we could just do like a little study of this. Now that we kind of understand how it works, I'll do this. Bring that down there, shrink it a little bit. We'll just do like another micro study like we did up here. But we're thinking about the form, we're thinking about design, we're thinking about how we're going to approach this.
Thinking about everything.
Thinking about all that kind of stuff, right? And then we can just kind of go, okay, so simplest thing that I see is kind of just this like general swoop. And then I see like another swoop up here. Like this, right? Like my very simplest thing. Can start with that. And we can start going in here and go, okay, like I got this. I'm seeing the bottom of it, and that's coming down and around and back. Like that. And then we're going to have the second one, right? So up, kind of like this M shape, and then it can go back. And then this one, like what the heck is happening? So this is coming up and down and over, and that's coming like back and like that, I think. Well, maybe we'll just like simplify it a little bit, right? So we'll just kind of come back and down, and we'll take our next M. That one has like a flip up on the side, right? But again, this is like the bottom that's going to describe these forms. So this comes out. this comes out. Heck, I actually kind of like that overlap. So I'm going to go and I'm going to take this and I'm going to pull this out more. And then I'm going to pull this one behind it. And now we've got an overlap there. And this overlap comes up and creates like a little triangle right here. So we've got this. And if this were like cylinders or something, it kind of just be like this, right? Right, we got like a cylinder in front of another cylinder like that. It creates depth and it creates an opportunity for like interesting shapes. So we don't want to forget the backs of these. These, like, I'll notice these will like curve in. Yeah, come out here. Zoop. And now, like, pay close attention to like what happens as these round a corner. You'll start to get like this sort of thing where it's like that. And these will like overlap those ones over there because that ribbon's like curling away from us around the cylinder of like the main skirt. I like to do these micro studies to try to understand stuff. You know, and we got like, I don't know, like this crap over top of it or something. It's like lace or something. And this is like coming out and going in. Like this actually like goes back in there too, which is kind of cool. Like we could do that. Let's just, you know, put it back in there.
Thank you, Miguel, for the lovely comment. They say the classes are always the best. I always learn a lot from you all. Greetings from Argentina.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
That's a very nice comment. You know, we can like, let's just like split this up kind of evenly and just think like, just generally evenly, and then we can do our little
little lace.
Yeah, like a little lace pattern or something on it. I'm a really big fan of splitting things up, right? Like visually making little markers that are like, okay, middle, fourth, and this will make things like this much easier. Splitting this up, we can go split it. Split these maybe in the middle. And then we can go, okay, here's an arc. Here's an arc. 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 And you can do this to anything. So if we want another sheet over top of this, we could go peeling up. Not that this is a skirt, but like this is a useful little thing here, right? We take this sheet and we can go middle, curves up, middle, split it, middle, right? Middle, and then we can curve this. And we can start to get like an effect of like these layered scales or something. This will be useful for maybe like dragons. It'd be useful for like the ends of like a skirt. And you can do this as many times as you want, right? Like you can flip it up and do another one. You can emphasize your line weight a little bit. Like a bunch of artists, what they would do is they would just make this black under here and they do a little like shadow down in there. Roof shingles, dragon scales, anything.
Dragon tails. Okay.
Dragon tails. Right, we could even pull one down here. Maybe like it goes around a surface like this. And again, we can easily split it up. We just go split half. Zoop. Half. And then we can use this as our kind of guideline. I don't really like that. I'll start a little higher.
It's a cute outfit. Oh, that's pretty.
Right? You can do this around any surface you want. This could work for like sort of like a chainmail effect. That is cute. Save that. That's like a tira.
Mm-hmm.
Super, but it all is based on just being able to draw primitive forms, right? Primitive forms like boxes, sheets, cylinders. Like you take all of these and it's just like, this is cylinder drawing right here.
You know, I need to have like a better visual library of ruffles, funny enough, because I kind of draw the same shapes of ruffles all the time.
Me too. Like, I need to do more of these studies. I never really do stuff like this when I'm not, like, referencing something. Where were we? We were up here, right? And then you can just go, like, whatever. I wouldn't just do this and try to get it accurate. It would be much better, in my opinion, to draw something and actually physically measure it out and be like, you know, like that. And be like, those are mostly the same distance. And then we can just come up and over on all of them. And then I can, like, mark out the center. You can do this on a different layer. And, I mean, literally whatever you want to do with these is totally fine. Like, you could pull them the opposite way. You know, this could be like teeth on a sword or in like a shark's mouth or whatever. Like, understanding how to break different things down into simpler. You know, I can put a little bit of line weight back in here. Maybe make a little bit interesting kind of shadow pattern or something. If I wanted to draw the checker pattern on this, you just follow the form. So it's like, describes the form, describes the form, describes the form, right? You don't have to draw the whole thing either. You can just kind of like do the Spark Notes version of detail, which is like, where do I want people to look? Like, what are people going to look at? Spark Notes details.
Spark Notes. Love
you heard it here first. And this helps to describe form, by the way. Anything that goes along the surface of a form helps describe it. Like bottom of a skirt or something. I find this stuff fun to break down and study, you know?
Love it. I feel like anytime Colton draws, it's like, I don't know, mind-blowing. Maybe it's just because you're very analytical. It's like magic. Something just poofs up into existence. Hey, Super Callie. Thank you for the teachings. I took a few notes and we'll get back to this dress tomorrow. My brain is struggling to stay focused.
Awesome.
Real.
Yeah, and if it's a dress, you know, don't forget it's just like,
it's a cone.
It's probably going to be a cylinder cone.
Yeah.
Like, and you could have another cone that comes off of it. That's like a whiter cone, depending on the dress. Right? And then this one could have ruffles facing us. So maybe it's like, we'll start with this one,
I always think of ruffles like wee 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 wee, like that kind of sound effect. Benji says 100% agree. Colton always blows my mind.
I appreciate it.
The mayor says I always feel like when he teaches, my brain grows 3 times as fast. Absolutely.
Right, and we'll just follow these back up. Around the edges, you're going to get more overlaps. It's going to look more like this around the edges. And then once you come towards us, you'll actually start seeing that. One really good exercise to do is to draw a cylinder. Doesn't have to be a super accurate cylinder. Giant brush. Split it in half. And you can just kind of go and squiggle. So like this squiggle may start like right here. And then as you wrap around, these get really, really squished until they disappear. Really squished until they disappear. And then from your center point, you can bring all these out. One of those like jester neck things. I don't know if jesters would really wear it. Like those collars. I don't remember what they're called. I knew at one point what they were called.
Well, actually, royalty wore those.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's the difference? Or you can draw a cylinder like this. And this would all come from the middle. So these would all fan out like this. And back here, you'd get like this kind of thing. And then you'd get the silhouette of these. It's just an exercise that you can do.
I love the technicality of Colton, and I really enjoyed the personality that shines in Christina's art. Thank you. That is very sweet.
You're making me blush.
I know. You make me blush too.
You know, and then of course these all go back as well.
Feels like two different takes, but they're equally enjoyable. I definitely feel like when I draw and teach, it's more vibes. I try to be more technical, but sometimes I'll like, I mean, this is because it's human nature, but like I'll forget there's certain things. Sometimes I'll just draw without like thinking, and it's just more intuitive. But, you know, I try to be more technical.
Here's a little hack. If you're having trouble bringing these all back to the right spot, just finish the cone, and here's the peak, and then you have somewhere to bring them all from.
Wait. That's genius. It's like finding the vanishing point.
Yeah, it's kind of like a similar principle, right? And then after you do that, you can just delete or you can just erase, right? So all these will basically just go back to that point up here. It's kind of like drawing hair in a way too. You get basically like a point that the hair is coming from, and then you can add a couple over here for good measure, little overlaps, overlap. Don't forget these bottom bits like I always do.
Bottom bits. How do I choose what brush to use?
Right
Choose whatever
there.
feels good for you.
Yeah, like literally whatever you want. And then
test it out.
Something that doesn't harm, that doesn't fight you.
Yeah.
That doesn't fight you, right? Like I probably wouldn't choose a brush like this for drawing this line work, right? Like I don't want something to, like if I'm trying to draw a skirt, this feels like it's fighting me, like weirdness. If I'm painting something, this would be great for texture. Like if I'm painting a tree or something, I probably would think this isn't fighting me. Like, yeah, like let's go.
That's working with me. Find a brush that works with you.
Like this works with me. It feels like I'm able to get like texture that I want, that I'm like looking for, right?
It's actually a really good point. It looks like that gas in Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, like stink cloud. Right, like
Toby's farts?
That's how I think about brushes, is like, is it fighting me or is it not fighting me? And so if I'm drawing line work, you can literally use whatever you want. It's totally up to you. It's just, does it feel like it's doing more harm than it is good? Like, you know, this brush is kind of cool. Like, and it's just like a triangle that like spins, dude. Like, what the heck? But if I make it really small, it doesn't really feel like it's fighting me too much.
And sometimes it just depends on your taste. Like, how do you like what kind of brush do you like?
Yeah.
Test different types out.
It's totally up to the individual.
Yeah, and your brush preferences will change as you continue drawing.
When I'm doing environment art, I actually, you want to know a hack, Benji? I bet you'll like this one if you're still here. I like using a brush that is not that one, that has like a vertical, like that's like a long brush, and I can use it to like cheat. Not cheat, but like if I want to draw like objects on the ground, if I have a brush that kind of lays down flat, I find that it helps me achieve the effect of like things on the ground and like things standing up.
Ooh.
Like easier. Like if I've got a person here and I want like things on the ground, if I use a brush that's kind of like flat, it'll help me achieve that look a little bit faster.
That's cool.
So like if I want to draw a canyon, I don't know, it just like feels like I can pull the form and the brush will help me do it. So like, again, I don't want something that's going to fight me. Like I'm probably, this one's not too bad. Like that's kind of a cool brush. I never really use any of these brushes. I pretty much only use just that one that we always talk about. But like this one, I probably wouldn't really draw line work with this because I don't really like these ugly textures in here. Like they're kind of like blotchy and not really helping me.
I would love to see you make an indie game, bro. Your art is so good. I love seeing your lives every few weeks. Aw, that's nice.
That would be fun.
You know, sometimes we would beat around the idea, like, what if we did, like, it's not really a dating sim, but, like, some kind of simulator with our characters in the Draw and Me Cat Me thing. I thought it would be kind of funny. I I sometimes play around with that idea every now and then, almost like a dialogue with a cute character on the side kind of vibe.
Yeah.
With choice.
And I would like really very much use more reference here, but you can see we're getting some interesting results in here, and like you could literally put another layer on top of this if you want. You would just repeat the exact same process. Cone, like, I don't know, you could go like, here we go. This comes out, comes up, up. And then where would your squigglies go? They go inside of here. I'm like creating a cup, and then I'm filling it with the stuff that I want, right? Like I'm creating the volume in the simplest possible way that I can think of. And then I'm filling it with whatever's inside. Like that's how I think about drawing these things, like constructing them, right? It's the same exact thing right here. It's like I'm like, this is the cup, and then this is what I'm filling it with. An evenly split something, right? Maybe these are like, I don't know, cylinders, and then it's like, well, how far do the cylinders come down? Oh, well, maybe like there. And I could make the box like, this is the cup, right? And then it's like, here's my cylinders that I'm filling this space that I've created with. Like whatever this is, right? If I was drawing like an engine, or I was drawing some piece of a building or something, like that's literally what I think about is I make a volume and then I fill the volume. And it's like, well, what volume do I use? It's like, well, what is the thing that you want to make most similar to? And these could be like roof shingles or whatever, right? Like on one of those like Asian buildings or something that are like, the shingles will be like, I don't know, this sort of thing. And then they'll be like overlapped. There's like another one on the back that like overlaps it like this. And then there's another one underneath that overlaps it like that. And then they're all lined up. Like anything you want to make, like you can break it into simpler volumes.
Mm-hmm.
We'll build the cup.
What brush is that? You can find it on our profile. It's for free. What time of days are they at again? Oh, do you mean like streams?
Yeah,
We've basically been streaming like every day.
We've been pretty much streaming every day.
At around like the evening, like 5 p.m. or 4 p.m. Pacific, I think now it is. Not that the time has changed.
And then you just remember, like, you're drawing around a form here. So like this is not a 2D shape, right? This is a physical form, and you can do exercises like this. Like you make a strip of paper, you can split that strip of paper in half. And then you can do these exercises in order to try to get better at splitting these things up.
Vasayanka, if you want some hair information, immediate hair information, we have a video on that on the channel. I think it's called Hair Tips That Every Artist Should Know. That's the video. Ooh.
And then, like, I'll just complete that, what's it called? The cone again, right? Here's my center point, and then all these will kind of pull more or less from here. Right? We can do something like that. So if I need to use it as like my frill vanishing point, my fruity vanishing point.
Fruity.
There we go. Frilly vanishing point. We'll put some silhouette over there. bring these, back up. I like think about it like that. Maybe frills are something I really need to get better at. Like, I can construct them, but the design, I need to improve on my frill design. I need to build my frill visual library, because these are looking a little bit less interesting than these, in my opinion. And by a little bit, I mean a lot of bit.
A lot of bit?
A lot of bit. Which has nothing to do with anime heads, by the way, dude.
I know. We're kind of on the side where we're kind of just doing whatever we feel like now. But we covered a lot of anime head stuff.
Yeah. This is very, like, Will Weston-esque. Will Weston-esque?
It is. Will Weston influence.
I mean,
aesthetic.
He just breaks down stuff so incredibly
he really does.
well. But, like, I do have to take credit. I've never heard anybody say you build a cup and then fill it. That's... Maybe somebody said it. I've never heard it before.
Well,
so I'm trademarking this. You build the cup and then you fill it. You build the cup and then you fill it. So, like, break down things, and it works the same way with, like, plants and stuff too. If you build you can build, like, a little volume, right? And you can go, this is filled with flowers. I think I talked to Clear Sky about this at one point.
Dome.
Yeah, like, here's a dome. The flat earth dome, right? And if there's giant flower, and then you make, like, a little ring down here, and maybe all your stems come from these, and you can have a couple that, like, pop out like this. That's a dumb place to have one pop out, dude.
Colton, what do you think so far of this Minky piece?
Right? Flowers coming out.
Ooh, pretty flowers.
Oh, that's cute. I like that a lot.
Oh, thank you.
This is what Christina's up to.
I made her head a bit too big. I need to make her body a little bit bigger, but that's what I have. I feel like I tend to draw bodies very similarly to, like, a railgun.
Do ya?
I feel like my head proportion to my body is,
Would
like...
you scale up the body or down
I'd probably
the head?
scale up the body. Or maybe I'll try it with the head.
If you scale up the body, you're going to gain resolution.
I am.
If you scale down the head, you'll lose resolution.
That feels better.
What'd you do? That?
It's not that big of a difference, but, like, it just feels better.
What if you, like... What if you had it even, like, more? It was like this.
Even smaller? Oh, that works, too.
The neck is a little bit thick.
Yeah, but I can always just chisel that in.
The hand looks a little bit big.
Yeah, but that's just because
That's
it was...
the original.
Yeah, that was the original. That looks
It's up
good.
to you. I don't really care. You are the artist. You know better than me about these about such matters.
But
Bro, look at this.
You don't even know how many times your input has improved my artwork, though. So it's not like
Look at this pink juice.
You have no-
sludge. Ugh, dragon milk, dude. I went and milked a dragon.
Did you like
before
it?
Stream. Yeah, it's pretty good.
I had an idea about potentially the booth.
I don't know if he has the authority to do anything like that.
I don't know. Healthy relationship goals. Thank you. We try.
Yeah. Whack. Just punch me right in the face.
No, I can't.
Take a screenshot of this.
I know. I'll do the punchies.
Adjust my look. How long have we been live? 2 hours and 34 minutes. Feels like longer.
Feels like longer. It does.
It feels good to be back in the saddle of drawing. I haven't drawn in a little while. I haven't done any rendering, drawing.
Bro, look at Toby's body.
Wonder how that teacher of mine is doing anyways.
Which teacher?
Mr. Reiner. He would go drawing.
Oh.
He was a bald guy. Now I'm bald. Maybe
Now
it's just my luck. And I used to have this classmate that would come to school like every single day, like high, like super high.
Oh my gosh, what?
Yeah,
Well, I'm not surprised.
I don't remember his name exactly, but yeah, that was one funny dude. I really thought he was funny. I mean, he was like failing all his classes, and I felt bad, but like he was funny. If TikTok was around back then, he would definitely have like millions of views. Too bad
I feel like it does pay to be funny though. I mean, people are always looking for entertainment.
Yeah, it's like you roll high on all your charisma checks for sure. Absolutely.
And I feel like being funny is like attractive.
You're a funny guy. You're a funny guy.
You might just have like someone spare your life if you're funny.
Yeah. That was a true anime punch. There'd be a 3-minute inner monologue. Probably.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z, rather.
Colton's getting on my nerves. I don't know. Quick, I have to punch him. And like as I'm punching, you're also having your inner monologue.
It flips and it's before your punch.
Yeah.
The camera angle changes and then it's just before you ever even punched.
That's a fun.
I don't know. It's just some random. It's not like a dress, dude. It's some like random thing. I don't know. We can go.
It could have been a dress if it didn't have the second collar, or if it didn't have the collar on top. Could have been pretty cute. Oh, that's cute too. Honestly, I mean that can work. It's like
it's more like a
sissy dress.
Frill, like a frill demo thing. But this is super important, by the way. Like this concept of like
step 1.
This isn't really step 1. This is just like how I think about it. So like this is 2-point perspective. And then I'll go, okay, but what if I waved it just a little bit? Okay, like what if I waved it just a little bit more? Right? Coming down, and over. Like that. I don't want this to line up like with this because that would be a weird tangent. So I'm just going to be like, you know what? Either extend this a little bit.
Oh, you're not even on screen.
I'm not even on.
Bro.
That's ridiculous. Okay. So.
Have to go and do this.
As I was saying, more practice for me. 1, like 2-point perspective. 3/4 view. And then we go, well, what if I just kind of like, wave it a little bit? So I draw like an S curve instead of just these lines being straight. I draw an S curve. Still 2-point perspective, right? If this was like a block, it would be like, the top would be like that. It would be a skateboard ramp. And then go, what if I like waved it more? Actually, heck, I could just literally just take this one and just go like, all right, well, what if this like came around? And what if this like, came around?
Oh.
Like that. And now you just make chains of these. You can literally just draw like an interesting squiggle. Wait, we try that. And then maybe instead of making these perfectly straight, we can just kind of like wiggle them a bit. Like this one kind of jitters down. Maybe this one jitters up. And we kind of follow this through to make sure it's making sense. And maybe we go, okay. I'm determined to make my second tutorial that you guys can actually see better than the first. So to apologize for making you guys listen to me yap while you don't see anything. Right? And we can push this up and we'll push it through so it's not like, so it doesn't feel too weird. All right. And then we'll push this one down and we can even like maybe go like this, right? And we'll make this even like flip back. So we'll go zoop, and you'll see
I think it's more like
we'll do this.
Yeah, or like this.
There
maybe.
We go. Yeah, we could do that. Would it? Oh, you mean just like you just want me to do zoop? Like that.
And then add a little tail at the.
Yeah, we could do that. That'll work better. Right, we could come down here, put a little fold in it, and then we can just kind of trace that center line down. Trace the center line. And this is a really, really good exercise. And this is basically just how the skirt or how the frill would work, right? We can use draw through to make sure that this is all making sense down in here. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. You know, seeing ribbons like this reminds me of in Cinderella, the classic movie. Yeah,
didn't she have like a little wand or something with like a ribbon on it? Or am I tripping?
I don't think so, but there is a scene with ribbons where the mice are like collecting
Dressing
the ribbon. They were collecting the ribbon and they were like, whew, whew.
Okay, I don't remember.
We gotta watch that movie.
Yeah.
I love that movie as a kid. It was so magical.
And
can
so
drawing repetitively improve my skill?
Drawing repetitively? What do you mean by repetitively?
Yeah,
like the same thing a bunch of times? Yeah. If you draw 1,000 pumpkins, your 1,000th will probably be a lot better than your first or your 10th. So, like, I mean, you'll definitely get better repetitively. Like, I'm not really sure exactly what you mean, though, by repetitive. This is when we get into, like, you know, design. Like, we want these to feel fun. Depending on what style you're going for, of course. Will Weston would always call it wonk. You add wonk. There's like a lot of viz dev artists spend a lot of time really working hard on this kind of stuff, like making things use very fun shapes. Like instead of just like a cylinder, it would be like
a wonky cylinder.
A wonky cylinder. So you can be like, oh.
I feel like you're way better at wonk these days too. You're like much more freeing.
I spent a lot of time practicing on it. I feel like I've gotten better. I would definitely like to be better.
That's pretty. Pretty dress. Oh, that's cute. He's like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Do I know you?
That's cute. Pretty.
Very pretty.
Wonka is super boring. See, like, this to me feels kind of boring. So, like,
really?
I may go down here and I may go, like, okay, well, what if I had, like, this and then... What if this, like, bulged out a little bit and then maybe came in and then... I don't really like that. I don't like it. What if it came, like...
Can you give the difference between painting and rendering?
I
got a
like
BRB.
Generally speaking, rendering is when you like show everything. So like if I'm rendering a form, I need to make sure that each value corresponds with how much light is hitting the object. If I got a light coming from here, I have a surface of this cylinder that is perpendicular to the light, 90 degrees. I have a surface that is not perpendicular, and I have surfaces that are falling away from the light. And each surface is, like, depending on how much light hits it, is going to get a value assigned to it. Rendering is basically, like, you show all of that. Like, the more you render something, the more you're showing, as far as I understand it. Which is useful. I think it's important to take rendering classes and understand how that works. Now, painting, a lot of the time painters, they don't want to render. They'll try to do all of that work with as few values as possible. And what I mean is like light and dark, right? They'll go, okay, here's my lit side, here's my shadowed side, and maybe I'll just have like a little bit of an edge here. So they may do all of that with 3 values instead of every single value that shows. And this makes it incredibly efficient when it comes to paint because you have such limited values. You don't have a lot of light and dark when it comes to painting and drawing. I'll just leave this here. So painters will go and they'll try to maximize. They try to find like the meta of color and value usage. Whereas rendering is like you're actually showing it. When you're painting, most painters are trying to Do more weightlifting with less effort. It's almost like, I don't know. You know, using a tool to like assist you or something, like value grouping or whatever. And personally, I'm a really big fan of painting, right? Like, I do teach the rendering classes in our classes, but painting is a lot of fun. You're doing like more work with less, and it's harder. Rendering is actually generally a lot easier because it's pretty mathematical, but like painting a lot of the time will require more design and more decision making about your shapes and what you're going to merge and what you're going to show. You have to like make these big decisions about it. You'll see, you know, famous painters like, oh, who is it? Like Sargent and a lot of these famous painters make incredibly effective decisions about this kind of stuff. Hey Toby, how's Toby doing? We got another Toby sleeping on the window there. This was supposed to be an anime head drawing stream, and it was for quite a while. We did some anime, we did some constructing from primitive forms and stuff. And Christina's been working on all Mickey Beaky here. First day of class.
First day of class?
First day of school, first day of school.
What's that from again?
Dad, wake up.
Oh, wait.
Finding Nemo.
Yeah, Nemo.
That's fun. Who did you have a class? What class was it? How do I improve drawing stamina when committing to drawing full pieces?
Ooh.
That's a hard one.
That is a hard one. I don't have any
the answer to you. If I learn the answer to you, if I learn the answer, I will let you know.
I don't know. I mean, like,
I'll have to think about it for a bit.
Like, drawing full pieces, depending on how like detailed you want it to be, can last for many months of preparation and just like getting things right and research. Really good artists rarely ever just like go full beans for a full piece in like 4 hours. They kind of like take their time because it's just depends on like how big you want to go, I guess.
Advanced digital painting with Yuna Vang. Oh, interesting. That's fun. How did you enjoy it? Was it good, or were you just kind of like doing?
I hope it was good.
Kind of rough because you haven't painted in so long. Oh, that's fun. Are these studies or are these from imagination?
Ooh, are those Toby's work?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Very nice.
I like that top left one.
I like that top left one.
I feel like it has a good vibe.
How does one draw hair that's very complicated? I like to see a breakdown of Hagakure's hair because it's so messy. I have no idea how I'd be able to break it down into sections. Find the simplest sections and then add on to it.
Yeah. Complicated things that look good are simple at their core.
Yeah.
They just direct your attention in a really effective way. Like, complex stuff is just simple stuff disguised.
Yeah.
Because if it was really complex and it wasn't disguised, it wasn't like simple in some fundamental way, it wouldn't look good because your brain doesn't know what to do with it. What's up? Yeah, like, it's simple. Like, at its core, it has a simple underlying structure, right? It's like what we were talking about earlier.
Like, if I were to break this down.
Isn't that the invisible girl?
Yeah, I guess it's a face reveal.
Dude, I got it.
She's cute. I'm glad that she looks cute.
Yeah.
I think instead of thinking about all the flyaways, think about like the big forms. This part, this part, this part. And then once you're done, then continue adding. And not only that, but like all the details will kind of go along with the initial structure. So like from what I'm seeing here, you know what? Let me just do this. I'm just gonna screenshot. Crop. She's super cute. Done. It takes so long to just save a screenshot. Okay. So if I were like analyzing her hair, very, very fluffy, but I would think bangs, side shoots, back. So bangs going in this direction. A lot of these are going in a particular direction. So here's the main clump. That's one clump. I'm not going to focus on any of these little strands here. Then there's another main clump that is like an offshoot. Like this. And like this. And already we're creating some volume just with these simple forms. And then you just continue adding. I see a lot of the shoots coming from this point. And so you're basically just radiating extra hair across that point. And then a lot of anime characters have this kind of thing where the hair comes in to the cheek because it pulls the face in a little bit more, and it makes you look at it cute, and it's cute. So like, it's very, very popular to do this. They add these little, I don't know, frames. And then the rest is just continuing to add. Yeah. So get the volume first, then think about details later.
Add in context to the overall structure. Mm-hmm. Like the hair is still all coming from her scalp.
Yeah.
Like it's all referring to the same thing. That's like making complicated design. It has to have an underlying logic to it, like an underlying structure to it.
Mm-hmm. And even poofy hair has a silhouette, so I'm kind of just imagining this is her hair. Right, she has a lot of unruly hair, so there's going to be a lot of this happening. Coming out, asymmetry. This is happening. But there's still a bit of cohesion, like cohesiveness, because it's going downward. It's not like all going everywhere. There's like this kind of rhythm where it's going out and then continuing to go out and downwards. Mm-hmm. Right? It's not just going all over the place. It's designed to look messy, but also not messy at the same time, if that makes sense. It's like organizing the messiness.
Yeah, it's organized chaos.
Yeah. And then once you have this basic structure, then you're like, okay, what other strands can I add to this? Now I can add these little, I don't know, leaves, I guess. I like to think of hair as leaves. And so I'm like, okay, they kind of look like a little star. There's one up here, one up here. And they just constantly overlap. I can add a few details in here into the existing clumps. And so now it's starting to look even denser. So always start simple first and then just continue adding. That's what I realized when I started drawing like hair a lot more detailed is I'll be like, oh, all the artist does is they start with this. For example, they'll start with something simple and then they just, oh, I'm just going to add on top and on top. But they're continuing to use this base as like a guide to keep it contained. So hopefully that makes sense. That's how I would organize her hair.
It's cute.
Oh, that's cute. Who did that?
You,
Dolly?
Tommy.
Oh, nice. It's very, very nice.
Cute.
Mm-hmm. And so also think of it like like a flower. Flowers, their petals come from the center. You can initially start with a flower kind of motif and then continue saying, let's just leave, like, let's just go out of it, go outside of it. Right? But the initial radiating gesture is still there. But yeah, that's how I would break it down. Is hair mostly points or sharp tips? No, not necessarily.
It depends on what you decide to do.
Yeah, like some have like blunt ends, like this.
Yeah, like.
And some have.
In Gunsmith Cats, this girl had really interesting, fun hair.
Which girl?
The blonde one. I don't remember her name. What's her name again?
I forgot. Minnie May?
Minnie May. She had really cool hair. Oh, she's cool, dude.
I love her so much. She's so cool.
She's like a...
That's good.
That one a good one? Mm-hmm. Yeah. This like it's kind of like old school, right? But she has these really interesting ends to her hair. Like at the bottom, it's kind of like a wavy line. I really like how they simplified it down.
So how low the cheekbone is depends on different people too, right? Yeah. I'd say yeah, but like it's also in proportion to the head planes of that person. So like, yes, a person who's like cutesy will have the cheekbone will look good in relative to this head shape, but like it's still following the skull. And same thing with like a older person with a longer face shape. Like you'll still see this happening. It's just at a different rate and different length.
Do you ever get like an itch on your eyeball? You're like, bro, like I feel like there's an itch inside my eyeball.
Don't say that because it's gonna make me itch my eyeballs. I'm already itching him.
Raise your hand if you're itching your eyeballs right now.
Yeah, it's like larger ones into subdivided ones, and then going outside of those subdivided ones. I guess it's like it's not perfectly subdivided. It's just divided.
It's like a similar logic to what we were talking about here, right? Like you take something simple. It's like the cup. Or you take something simple and you can turn it into something more complex, but like the simple thing is the underlying structure beneath it, right? Like this is basically just a ribbon, or you basically have like this, and it's like a 1-point perspective box or like a 2-point perspective box, right? Like this, and this ribbon kind of fits in this volume, and this volume becomes something that your brain can easily understand. It like it can like categorize it quickly and easily, and so then you see all the details and you don't have to pay attention to trying to figure out what it is or what space it occupies. You can focus on all those juicy little details without having to think about what it is, like how it makes sense, right? And this can be anything. Like it doesn't have to be a 3D shape. It's like a design is like a 2-dimensional thing. So you can fit things into something simple, like a triangle, like this, like a pizza slice, right?
Pizza slice.
And it's like a triangle is very simple to understand. And so I could fit this ribbon into a triangle visually. And then your brain kind of, it makes it easier for your brain to categorize it. And then you can look at the details without being confused about what it is at like from like a simpler way. And like hair is very much like that. It's like, you know, you could do like complicated or like a simple shape, and then whatever is happening inside of this simple shape, you know, you can get like strays that come out and you can get like whatever your volume is. If you want your volume to be more like this and then come back, it doesn't really matter. We talk about this on stream sometimes, which is like a shape doesn't really have inherent perspective, right? So I could make this shape go like this way, or I could make this shape go this way, right? And in which case now it's going like away from us. Or I could have this shape come towards us right here, and literally like come towards us right here. Like I could bend it like like a croissant or something, right? Like this shape doesn't have perspective to it. The shape itself, the 2-dimensional aspect of it, is like what your brain cares about when it comes to liking things. It's like, I like that. It's because it's like an understandable shape. And then everything else kind of refers to that logic of the shape. And you can make it anything. Like it could be a person in a sleeping bag. It could be a croissant. It could be a head or a face. Like it doesn't really matter what subject matter it becomes, because it's like all art is like abstract at its core. It's like an abstraction. It's like subject doesn't matter. The abstract shape is like the thing that your brain kind of latches onto when it decides it likes something or not. And then it's like you turn it into a face, you could turn it into hair, you could turn it into an object, you could turn it into whatever you want. And if the shape, the abstraction is good, you'll pretty much like it as long as you keep as long as the rest works out, right? Like you have good form drawing and it makes sense and the details make sense, like that sort of thing. Devin Corwin talks about this in one of his lectures. I think you have to buy it. I think it's like one of his paid lectures, but he talks a lot about how all art is abstract at its core. Like your brain doesn't really care what the subject of something is when it decides it likes what something looks like.
Yeah. Your wow isn't working. I mean the sub sound effect?
Huh?
I don't know. I didn't see anyone make a donation.
Oh yeah, I didn't see any.
So I don't think.
I don't remember what the minimum is.
When doing the circle and line going down for the face, when do we curve the line versus keep it straight? I have a hard time figuring out that. It's
you mean
gonna be like how when to curve it, I guess.
You mean like this? This line right here for like the brow ridge and like the cheekbone, like that. Here, so I'll just say A, or do you mean like this line right here? So that one right there. I mean, it depends on the character's face. I used to make, and I still make this mistake a lot. I used to make this way too big. I find a lot of the time it's not very big. In fact, some people don't even do a bump at all.
You know why? I think it's because you notice that and then you overemphasize.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's what tends to happen too.
If you notice something, if you think about something, it tends to be overemphasized, and I'm absolutely no exception to that. Like, it's just what people do. It depends on what kind of face you're making. So I would say, how rotated is the head? Like, from a three-dimensional standpoint, right? We'll just draw a couple, like, circles here. How rotated is the head? Is it like this? Actually, I'll do it even less. Like this? Is it like this? Is it like this? Because that's going to affect it a lot, because this is a three-dimensional object, right? And the brow ridge comes out, and then the cheekbone comes out, and it's like this. Or, you're like almost in a front view, which could be like, I don't know, that kind of thing.
Sometimes it like appears faster, and sometimes it appears slower depending on the angle.
Yeah. And like this right here is like, it depends on the face style as well.
Yeah. I would say experiment
with it. Yeah. I had to figure this out with a lot of experimentation, but it depends. Like, different faces are different. Like, if you're drawing like a chibi head or something, that's a little bit smaller. If you're drawing a chibi head, you may have this. Right? But I would say it generally like follows the curvature of that circle pretty well, right? Like, a lot of the time.
So cute. Is it an oldie? Nope, it's not. Oh, that's so cute.
I have to try and remember what she looks like, dude.
Oh, the froppy. Can you please break it down to planes and 3D forms again for the standard head? Yeah, we'll see if we have the energy for it.
I'm getting distracted. I'm trying to draw Froppy from memory, but like in a chibi style, because I've only drawn her once. That was up there. Kind of like that. And then this one's like that, and this comes in.
If you, I know that Nguyen, you've been asking about the cheekbone. I wouldn't stress too much about it. I would say keep drawing a lot of heads. That's how you're going to know and estimate like how long the cheekbone is to the brow. Because once again, it really depends on the character. Like, I would say take a bunch of references of people that are young and old, realistic if you want to go with that direction, and draw it starting from construction. That's what I would really recommend. because I can't say like, oh, is this measurement the same as this measurement, because everybody's face is different, and it may not be the case for like the model that I want to draw. Or
I don't remember what she looks like, dude.
That looks like her, yeah.
Looks pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
At least the head. I never actually drew below the head. I know she has like this and something like, I remember that she has some sort of like harness thing like this. Like, I'm telling you, you retain so much more information when you construct. Like, I didn't construct beyond this point. I don't actually know what her outfit looks like down there. But up here, I know there's a line right here. I know that this is like actually more like 2 of these units wide. So it could actually be more like this. Let's fix this ellipse.
Join the Discord. Awesome. Thanks for the
more
hard
like
hair stuff. You're welcome. Yeah.
Like that, and then I actually never really drew the details of this that much either. I kind of just constructed like the main stuff. These are like bulgy cylinders, so I'm like, bulge it out. You've got this. This is convex.
Convex.
And then you've got this and that. This and that. And then you got a specular up here. It's like the reason I'm able to draw it from memory, and I've only actually drawn her once before. I don't know if this looks exactly like her.
It looks very close to her. I don't know what her eyebrows look like.
They were thin.
Okay.
I don't remember her eyebrows exactly, but they were something like that. I'll just erase like this out in here, right? And then this comes from like, this is 3D as well. Like this is, there's like a chunk to that, right? So it like changes.
By the way, for those who are new here, we do have a school online. So if you like this kind of teaching content, you like the way, we teach, you can check out our 1-year program, Anime Art School. It is on our website, drawanime.com. And we teach a lot of like head drawing, form drawing, drawing heads from different angles and stuff, and a lot more.
I feel like this is relatively close.
I think it's quite close, yeah.
Only Maddie was here.
Yeah.
And I think the artist who like the anime tends to have like
streakier.
Yeah, it's like really. It's like this.
Ah.
I just kind of noticed it. It's like these really kind of like thin, very zigzaggy highlights like that.
Bye, Katsua. And bye, MJ.
Have a good one.
How long have we been live for? Like almost 4 hours?
3 hours and 8 minutes.
Oh, wow. Feels like 4.
It does feel like 4. Let's check. How do we do?
I think it's pretty accurate. Colton judging.
Yeah, I'm just looking like.
Oh, she looks so cute with short hair.
For like details, yeah, I just never made the hair long. I only have a screenshot of her with the hair cropped off, so I have no idea what her hair looks like longer. Is it like really long?
It's very long.
It's like, is it like that?
I think so. I don't know if it's tied at the end. I don't know if there's like a low ponytail thing happening, but I think it looks like that for the most part.
Yeah, something long. It goes down there. It's line. Okay. Wait, does that have like a? No. Okay. And so this goes down, and that's 3D, and this has this, and then there's, what is it, like this? And then there was some sort of thing?
I don't know. I don't know her design.
I don't know where it is exactly. Something like that.
Kind of has that, like, military, like, kind of vest vibe, I think. I don't really know, though.
I think there's 3 hair separations. And then this, I think, actually covers the eye a bit. I do remember seeing that earlier.
Do you guys upload your VODs new here? Yes, this is the VOD on YouTube.
It's kind of like a chibi version, right? So it's her face is going to be more like this, and I'll probably pull this. I guess it's fine.
I think that place is good because it will go kind of outside the center line.
Yeah, there we go.
If you want, you can even move it in more, like to the right.
like this.
Check it out. Yeah.
That's pretty close. And then this is, I don't remember, green.
My first time getting here. Love the stream. Hey, awesome.
Yeah.
Nice to see new people here. We have quite a lot on the YouTube stream.
Do we?
Yeah. 115.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
There's Froppy. I'm so sorry if I like am
Butchered her.
forgetting something.
You've literally only drawn her once.
Yeah. Well, I drew her once, but I actually drew her goggles twice. And like, I understand them from a 3-dimensional standpoint. Like, they're bulgy cylinders from. They're big. They're actually really huge. Like, I probably didn't draw them nearly big enough. I could just take this whole thing and make it quite a lot larger.
You're gonna have to like morph the sides now.
Yeah, maybe like this and this one. I'll just make like a kind of more like that. Yeah.
If we ever draw My Hero Academia characters, we would only draw girls.
Oh yeah, for sure. I ain't drawn Deku, dude. No, nothing against Deku.
Nothing against
no
Deku.
offense.
We're just girl biased because we basically all of our OCs are basically girls at this point.
Actually, now that I think about it, I probably would. I probably
You
would
would?
do like an NHA drawing only stream just for the memes.
heck of it.
Just for the heck of it, dude. Like studying it, you know.
I'm still traumatized.
Oh no! I showed Christina this. I sent the video to Fox. I hope she doesn't watch it. But it was so funny. It was like Deku and Bakugo, and it was like I don't even know what it was.
I don't want to think about it.
I don't even want to say it.
I don't want to
It's like
say it's so nasty.
they're farting and stuff. It was weird.
Disgusting.
I'm sure half of chat has probably seen that stupid video.
Ugh.
It was.
I have wasted over a minute of my life.
I wasted over 1 million of my brain cells on that video.
Yeah.
I don't know what Deku looks like, dude. He's like,
Look him up. He just looks like a kid with curly hair, big fluffy curly hair.
oh yeah, it's like curly, isn't it? So it's like this.
It's like really, really bushy. This is his variation of.
I've never drawn Deku before. I have no idea what he looks like, dude. He's like this, and then he's like that, and he's like freckles or something.
Yeah, he does have freckles.
He kind of look like that.
Why does that? Why does that look like an emoji? Like those meme emojis. I would say it's even bushy and rounder, but I mean, I think that's pretty close.
How do you know?
Because I've drawn him before.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, I've drawn him before. Even in our anime art school, I kind of draw him a little bit.
Dude.
Looks like him. Is FGO similar like other anime styles? What is FGO? I don't know.
Fate.
Grand
Order?
Is it?
I don't know. I don't watch a lot of anime these days.
I would say anime has just become so. Ooh, I don't want to show that. I mean,
Where's the Mickey? Oh, it's in the gallery.
It's in here.
There she is.
Finally something nice to look at.
But Froppy's cool.
Froppy's cool. No, I'm talking about like
her.
my artwork, not yours.
Oh.
Yours is beautiful. What's it called?
Oh.
I think as I continue drawing anime and looking at so many different styles and manga, like everything just feels so. There's so much variety. Like you look at Ghost in the Shell, you look at even like Gunsmith Cats, you look at Cowboy Bebop, you look at modern anime nowadays. It's so different. I feel like,
so good.
And even like modern anime nowadays have like variations in style. So there's no one style for anime. It's just the artist. You know, they just do what they want to do.
This is literally the coolest manga ever made. I'm not even kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's so cool. There's so much awesomeness.
Oh my gosh, look at that hair.
What on heck?
Let me wait.
Dude?
We need to show this.
What on earth?
What's
is
with this
going on with
hair? I mean, like that. You have so much freedom. See, like I would never draw hair like this,
I
but
would literally never draw hair like that.
like,
That's
but like
crazy
in other
cool.
angles, it looks really
Oh,
good.
that's sick, dude. I love the
and
bangs.
that one is super cute too.
That's so retro.
It is very
like
retro.
the curling iron cylinder, by the way.
Cylinder.
Rendered like a cylinder.
It wraps around a cylinder.
That's cool. Dude, that's cool.
What?
That's
Where?
like a raid
Oh.
ray thing.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me look. I'm not gonna show it or anything. Oh.
That's sick, dude.
Yep.
It's a little bit not safe to show on stream.
No, it's not.
But this is.
That is so cool. It still looks so good. How do they do that? It's because they know foundation, and they can morph the foundation whenever, however they want. It holds up.
Yeah, it still holds up. They're just amazing designers and artists. I mean, they got their perspective, their composition, their storytelling, facial expressions, all that, dude. It's so cool.
Yeah. I'm like...
I haven't read it yet.
I feel like a beginner every time I see there. I'm an
infant baby in comparison to, like, these amazing manga artists. They're so good.
They are so good. They just are so well-rounded. And, like, yeah, I get that they have assistants and stuff, but, like, they can do this on their own without assistants, I believe.
That's cool.
But who knows? And they have, like, other tools that help them as well. But it's just really cool to see.
Have you guys made a manga before? No. But we might actually make a one-shot relatively soonish.
We're gonna have to think about the story.
Yeah, we've been thinking about making something like that. Christina's done like little mini comics.
I've done mini comics. I've done some
we got a little mini comic in the back of our book. It's like 2 panels. It's not like a manga or anything, but
yeah, it's like right here.
It's in the very back.
It's like that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oops. There we go.
There you go.
There's so much crap on the desk.
There's like a little mini comic, but I've done like little mini comics before. Actually.
Yeah.
We on our TikTok page, we had a little comic about the same face syndrome.
Oh yeah.
You want to show it real quick?
Oh, I don't want to bring it all up. I don't even know
okay,
where
that's
it is.
fine. Oh no, it's a post.
Oh okay. Yeah, Christina did a little TikTok. Here we go.
Please don't spam, please, Mako. Thank you.
Yes, spam.
If
muted.
You spam, muted. But
hello, welcome.
Yes, hello, welcome. Drawing as much as I can this year so I can make a manga I've been working on for 4 years.
That's
Heck
awesome.
yeah, that's such a cool goal, you know, and
love
that's
that.
Yeah, if you're interested and you want to continue practicing, you have like a good roadmap of the fundamentals for your comic, you can check out our anime art school. That program is specifically for people, especially for people who want to make their manga someday but don't know the skills. So you can check it out.
Well, do you want to wrap up?
Yeah, I'm ready to wrap up. Thank you guys all for coming. It was a really fun stream.
It was a fun
I really
stream.
enjoyed it. Don't forget, if you want, to have a live class and get feedback on your artwork and personal time with us, you can check out our live class that's coming up in February. It's on anatomy and figure drawing. Get those fundamentals in. You can check it out on our profile. Not profile. You can check it on this website, drawanime.com. It is the teal button. And sign up for it because we'd love to have more students in the class. It'd be really, really awesome.
If you were to make a guess who this is, who would you guess? Like, if you were to look at this with no context, who would you guess?
If you told me, if you said, "Oh, what anime character this is," I would immediately say Deku.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now you spoiled it for everybody.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
I didn't
new.
know I was
it's all
supposed
good.
to.
I would say Deku. I would be like, this looks like a nerdy Deku.
Nerd.
It
looks like
Deku
the
already
actually.
looks nerdy. This looks like a Funko Pop version of Deku, dude. It's funny.
Yeah, you're welcome. Oh, what's with all the confetti stuff?
I have no idea.
No
Just
idea.
people
That's a little
liking
fun
the live
thing.
or something.
Thank you, chat.
Thank you.
Thank
you would
you.
say Deku too.
Thank you.
I feel like this one didn't turn out too bad.
I think it turned out really good. It looks like Froppy.
I'll just go chuck this up. I don't know, over here or something. I need to save this out for uploading in the Discord. Okay.
I think
we
when in doubt, just
are
fill the page.
live demos. Yeah, when in doubt, fill the page.
Random stuff. It don't matter.
With literally anything. When in doubt, fill the page. Well, we should do like a crazy once in every 3 or 4 years thing where we actually do, where the heck? Oh, here it is. Where we actually do a bunch of like anime characters from some show we don't watch, and we're like, oh, let's break them down and figure out how to draw it.
Well, we might as well try that. Was that Nilo? Yes, Nilo. Yes, it was.
Yes.
We were doing a Genshin style study stream. All right. Meow, 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 meow.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to put Mickey's face in here and our lovely little card here.
It's cute. Where the heck? Okay, I have to turn this off. Homie, what? Is the mat already getting cat-haired? Meow, meow.
Meow, 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 meow. What is the difference between your two books? I'll answer that after the song.
Oh, the second was on character design.
The first one is on the basics of drawing manga, and in that style.
Characters.
And anatomy, clothing drawing, heads and faces, stuff like that. Some illustration work. And then the second one is mainly like design principles and making your own characters and story.
All right. Talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye. Don't worry about it. Benji. See ya. Bye-bye, YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.
Thank you for showing up and hanging out.
Ah.
See ya.
Bye-bye.